Did it just undo that? It totally did. What the fuck?
Where'd you find a purple one?
Okay, that'll do. Alright, so last time, you made your way through the fog to the Shrouded Isles, completing all of the trials required to gain entry, and received a rather unexpected welcome at the port town that you found yourselves landing in, which went by the name of something.
Athelson?
Hythe.
Hi,
Hythe. Athelstan was one of the folks you met there, and Darwin was the alderman of the town. But the town itself was called Hythe. While there, and sort of participating in the revelries that were held in your honor, as you seem to have been foretold, your arrival was prophesied. So while partaking in those revels, kind of... That's fair.
Come on, Mr.
They actually are both valid words. Prophesied is... Yeah. Prophesied or prophecy.
Interesting.
Older. Yeah.
I learned something new today. I'm happy about that. That is true. Irregardless is accepted as a word.
Let's see about those lightning strikes. All right. Mostly just
roll on the magic surge table.
Grab the dice I forgot to grab.
Those Webster descriptivists.
Yeah.
It appeared in print as early as 1795.
Yeah, just because it's in print doesn't mean it's good. You've been on the internet.
It's not good. I'm not saying it's good. It makes no sense.
But it is
I mean,
true.
it does make sense. It just doesn't mean what it's purported to mean.
It does, though.
It means completely regardful of what it means. Or of what you're talking about.
It should mean regardful.
Whatever
you get your shitty colloquy out of here.
I'm just that's what defines language is whatever people agree that something means.
And while I don't agree that it means that, then it doesn't mean that in my presence.
You're not wrong.
You notice how you
language is tremendously fucked. Like we all agree on that.
Yeah, that's true. At any rate, while learning more about the town and the people therein, you also end up going and having dinner with Darwan, and talking with him a little bit, and finding out that while the people of the Isles are generally very happy, and life there is very peaceful and prosperous, it is not all good. Lately, one of the colossi that guards the island has been acting up, acting a little strange, coming in closer to shore than is normal, and just generally giving off a worrisome vibe. And so Darwin asked you to investigate this series of happenstances, and the group of you agreed. And I believe we ended the night after you all had decided to go to bed. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, we ended the night when you said it was a good place for us to stop.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we went to bed.
You were like, that's the perfect place to stop.
Oh, good. What was it?
I don't remember.
What was the perfect cliffhanger?
We decided to go kill a Cyclops. Which is awesome because that poor fucking actor is like the second fiddle or gets like rejected in every single movie he's in. It's almost Sean Bean level. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know how these guys get like typecast into these things. It's wild.
Part of me wonders if it's deliberate on their part. If they like go in like expecting like, nobody ever wants to go for this role, and that's the role I'm gonna fill.
Huh. That's a really good point. I wonder. I could totally see that because it makes them, more unique.
Because in like high school theater, I always got cast as the creepy character, regardless of gender.
That's because you're creepy.
Right, exactly. So I just gave off that vibe, and I got cast that way. That's if you know what I mean.
He's angry. He's an angry Cyclops.
The last thing I have written, it says the compass is pointing to the east and the monsters to the west.
That is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, the compass was pointing to the east and the monsters to the west. That yes, makes sense. Still a touch north. I don't know if I mentioned that. The compass would still be pointing a touch north.
Okay.
So just to be clear, we're talking about what, like 3 degrees off, northwest, east.
I'd say like 15 degrees off of east.
Facetious. Please don't answer that question.
But it's fun to answer questions that are clearly not meant to be answered. You thought I didn't have an answer, didn't you?
No, I figured you would pull one out of your ass. Like I didn't. I was hoping you wouldn't actually answer the question.
Fair enough. But okay, yes. So yeah, I think it might not have been the end of the night. I think that might have just been he says that to you and asks you to take care of that, and when you agreed, that might have been where we ended. All right. So
Yeah,
in
I
that
think we
case,
kind of just all assumed we were going to kill a Cyclops today.
yeah. Well, it is later in the evening right now, so you probably want to take a rest before going to deal with the Colossus. But yeah,
But the Colossus have treasure?
Yeah, we definitely want to take
Maybe?
a rest because we just
At any
leveled
point,
up.
you even just want to like really hang out with me really bad.
I feel like I'm strangely stronger. We should probably rest on that.
sleep on it. See if you feel the same way in the morning. You know.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to get like the HIV and like not rest.
What?
Who knows?
There's another set.
We're all at level 11 now, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, indeed.
Indubitably.
Indubitably.
I'm back.
Hello. We could hear you the whole time.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Sorry.
Well,
all
we
good.
could see the green stuff. You were just kind of like, I'm like, I don't know what the
Yeah,
hell he's
you were
doing
you
right
were
now.
dimmer in sound, but I could still hear you. But it was like obvious you weren't talking to us, so it's just like okay, we'll deal with it. But yes, so you all in that case are still in the study or in the dining hall with Darwin, kind of finishing up the meal. If there's anything else you'd like to ask him or something before you go to bed, do that now. Otherwise, we'll get through the night and set out to confront. I won't necessarily say kill the Colossus, because Darwin will actually remind you that he is a guardian of the islands,
Guardian.
and if you can manage not to kill him, that would be better. But I
You
understand if
guys
it's
don't want to go now. He might be tired, and he might be weaker because he's tired. We might want to go now.
it's up to you.
Well, that's right. That's what I'm asking. Yeah.
Kind of looks at the group of you.
Well, what do you think, Grandmother? You're never tired. Should we go now?
We wanted everyone to have a rest first, right? So that
I don't know. I mean, Norman can rest on the way. He didn't even sleep. He's like with his eyes open. It's really weird. It freaks me out.
Huh?
yeah, what Matt's doing.
Too much energy? Is everybody like just scale this back?
No, I'm doing the sleeping with your eyes open thing. I'm good with
yeah,
it.
I'm watching Matt just. It's
I was
hypnotic.
looking at dispel magic
Mm.
to see.
Are you gonna try and dispel magic on me? That'd be weird.
No, I was gonna
Like,
try to
find
do
me
it on
dinner
the
first, at
Cyclops.
least.
So I'm waiting for everyone to say that they've had their rest and we're ready to go find this.
All right,
this
we rested.
character, the Guardian.
I assume nothing happened overnight.
Nothing whatsoever.
Except
All right,
for a
let's
wicker
go find
man
this
burning in
Guardian.
the distance.
Except for what?
A wicker man burning in the distance.
There you go.
And Farkin did have to wake up at one point to use the restroom.
That's reasonable, you know. He's still young, but adventuring takes its toll.
It does.
You know, one too many injuries near the bladder, it just doesn't hold up like it used to.
Well, it's all the fiber, right?
All that hardtack you eat on the road, it just, yep, makes sense.
Yep.
It's basically just tree bark in cracker
Yep.
form.
And nobody wants to shove their arm up a horse's ass.
Mm-mm. Alrighty,
So,
so
are we on the way?
yes, the following morning, the group of you set out, and once again, traveling through this countryside is very idyllic. It is just beautiful out. The weather is absolutely perfect. It is, it's like as soon as you're like, oh man, it's a bit warm, I wish there was some shade, there's a cloud, and it just perfectly blacks out the sun for like a moment as you need it, and then once you've cooled off, it's past, and it's not that way anymore.
Nice.
The land seems almost enchantedly perfect. And as,
This seems really, really weird to me, and a little too screwed up. So it's kind of freaking me out a lot.
as you're starting to think about this and feel this, I want you to roll on the wild magic table.
Okay, I was gonna kind of get to some of that, but all right.
It's actually like this region is reacting to you somewhat. So as you start thinking about it and panicking a bit, like it just
Really?
this magic just surges through you.
Huh. All right. Let me. Yes, I remember the thing that Jesse said last time. All right. Now I need to find out what that is. I need to pull up my drive real quick. Sorry.
61.
Beyond still doesn't have a good way to like store that.
It is on the class table, isn't it?
I can't like actually view it though. I can't find where to view it on my character sheet. You know what I mean?
Oh, on your character sheet. I just meant like if you go to the sorcerer page and then go to the wild magic tab, it's there.
Oh.
And
yeah.
a 61
Sorry, I
is
don't...
you shout whenever
Thank
you
you.
speak for the next minute. So you
Nice.
start panicking and like as you begin to like start worrying.
Weird. Does anybody else freak out?
So not a whole lot of change.
I don't mean to scream. I don't know what's happening.
A couple of let me actually see if
Just another day with Parker.
are these necessarily evil creatures? That's my question. They are. Damn. What about
Nobody's gonna try and console Farkin or anything. Come on, like what's going on?
well, Morthos was like, calm down.
No, Morthos was just like, that's Farkin. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, he might not have been saying it in a consoling way, but he was like, bring it down, buddy, bring it down. The noise attracts a trio of hippogriffs that kind of begin flying overhead, trying to see what the heck is going on.
Hey, look, guys, they're eagle lions!
That too is normal.
Why is everything so peaceful?
These beautiful eagle, lion, horse things. One of them actually does like begin a dive to get like closer to the ground. But seeing like a rather large group of you doesn't dive bomb. It doesn't come close enough to like threaten or offer any worry.
You know, get out! No. Oh,
Does it seem threatening?
No, it's investigative.
I am going to encourage sort of. I'm going to counsel a peace of mind. We're going to get to the place we're getting to. Just accept what's happening for now and be on your guard.
As Cranmore speaks and tries to calm you down for about a minute, the effects of your wild magic surge wear off, and it almost seems as though.
Oh, yes, that's right. Oh, I feel better. Thank you.
You're welcome. Would you like some candy?
Yes.
All over the fountain candy.
Do you have a van?
It took me a second to register that last word as van. That was good.
Yeah,
that was real
me too.
good. Excellent. Excellent.
All
Okay.
right, just to be clear, in case you're streaming this, child abduction, not a funny thing, etc.
Yeah, guys, don't go on Wayfair.com, okay? Oh, you haven't
All
heard
I
about
want to
that?
know
No,
All- Streaming?
is why don't people raise money to buy the thing that they think is selling the children,
Yeah.
and then
I
free?
I do wonder if somebody has done that, honestly.
what? I mean, well,
Anyway, we'll get into this offline.
if they did it, it's probably more on Etsy than Wayfair, but or Wish,
Sure.
Wish.com.
Well, but
I-
see,
I
those are where
guarantee
you'd
it's doing my Wish.
expect. Those are where you'd expect. Regardless, so as you continue
What do you mean,
traveling,
irregardless?
I don't. As you continue traveling throughout the day, it does take you kind of most of the daylight hours to get to just a place where you can see your destination, because it is a bit of a far travel to the channel between the two islands, which is where you suspect this colossus might be hiding out or heading more accurately. Um, but around dusk, you do begin to see this immense, looming shape, still a little bit offshore, but on the horizon, just wading through the ocean, kind of pushing towards the inland parts of the this channel that goes between the islands. It is massive. I mean, it takes up a significant portion of the edge of your view, which is many miles long. So he's huge.
Is it like, is there, can like we clearly see a silhouette, or is it like
Oh
a
yeah.
storm that we see come in? Or...
I mean, it's foggy just because your visual acuity doesn't go that far. It's like looking at a distant
right,
mountain.
Okay, so but we can see it. Like, say if I'm, I can see it as well as I could see,
Yeah. As well
my
as you could see the holy peak on the northern side of the island. Right, you could see that
Okay.
mountain outlined against the horizon, and this beast is about
It's
the same
moving
kind
towards
of.
us.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep.
Wait, guys, we should hurry.
It's not fast, but it is kind of trudging through the
We can
water,
still hurry.
moving up towards the entrance to the channel. I don't know what it's called. The it's not an eddy. What is it?
Is it called a K, maybe?
Maybe? I don't know. What are you called? Estuary. There we go. An estuary.
Wow, an estuary. That's right. That's where the river meets the sea.
Yes. Yep. It took me a Google search to remember it, which is sad because I know earlier in this
The more you
campaign
know.
I remembered it without Googling it, and now I feel like my vocabulary has gotten worse.
For as much as we like sidebar on this kind of stuff, you really need to get like the more you know banner,
Yeah.
like to animate across during the stream.
I really should. If only you'd mentioned it a year ago when the time
That's fair. That's a
investment
good
would have been
point.
worth
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
When we pick back up.
But then it was just us making fun of,
Yeah. True. Okay. So it is basically nighttime. But even as the sun sets and the sky darkens, you could still pretty easily keep tabs on this thing. So you feel confident that you could like bed down for the evening while still watching it and making sure nothing goes awry.
It takes this whole day to get to this place.
Yes. So it is. To bring up the map a little bit. Let me. Not that I can bring it up like any different amount, but bring it up for a few moments. I guess.
Parker
is
will
what I
take
mean.
first watch.
I'm only
It
gonna
takes
bring
a
up
day to
like a
get
third
there.
of the map, actually.
You're bringing up a map where? Should we be logged into something?
No, I'm gonna share my screen on this in
Oh, okay.
just a sec.
Parker will take first watch.
Alrighty. Throughout your watch, you can keep track of this immense creature. It is not difficult. You do see a few it seems like magical beasts are not a particular rarity here.
Do I, while I'm on watch, while you're doing that,
Mhm.
I am kind of rubbing and talking to my orb, right? And stuff just seems too weird, almost like chaos is being the chaos that I'm used to, or like the surges that I'm used to, or that kind of stuff, right? They're odd. So like in Farkin's mind, this orb is his friend. So he's like rubbing and talking to his friend, going, do you notice anything going on? As I'm rubbing it and everything, do I notice anything, or does it react strangely, or any of that kind of stuff?
This is the just so that I know I'm clear on it. This is the Tides of Chaos stone thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
It actually seems to respond a little bit less to you here. And as you might even like try and, because part of what it does, right, is help you visualize the currents of magic. And as you
Sure.
kind of look around with it and try and focus your awareness through it, you do see currents of magic that flow around the island. But unlike the ones on the continent, or like the mainland continent, these are very ordered. Um, like instead of a tumult, instead of like a very kind of
Right.
crisscrossy randomized pattern, these flow
Almost
almost
like
like
something
currents of
is
wind or something like that. Like very
okay.
regular, very predictable.
I during watch and whatever. I actually I this worries the hell out of me because this is like super weird. It seems like something's really really off.
Mm-hmm.
So I go over to my best friend and okay, more. Uh, can you wake up?
Uh, I'm awake.
Uh, I, something's really weird. It's not supposed to be this way.
Everything here is weird. None of it should be like this.
Yeah, yeah.
Ugh.
Can I sleep with
You
you?
guys finally
Can I
find
sleep with you?
paradise, and all you can worry about is how too perfect it is. Jeez.
Yeah, like
Oh
North
wait, that's
Korea.
exactly how that works.
It's too quiet. A little too quiet.
Yeah, right.
I think we'll see. I think that there is conflict looming over there at the horizon, and we're going to go meet it. And that gives me some sense of reality that there is still conflict.
Okay.
But I'm hoping it's not a blighted conflict and just the regular kind.
I, 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 feel, I, I feel like something is there's something bigger over top of all of this that's making things happen or go a certain way, and it's not the same as it is everywhere else.
There's the lake where I'm from. In the winter, it freezes over, and you can still see underneath it sometimes if it's still some of the fish still moving about. They're a lot slower, but there's a sheet of ice protecting everything underneath from everything above it. And it feels a little bit like we're under the ice. Except
So,
it's not cold here. But like there's something like we're in a bowl of glass.
so in this metaphor, are you the sheet of ice?
No, we're the fish.
Then what's the sheet of ice?
Something, as you say, over all of this.
Hmm. I think the sheet of ice is mean and bad.
I can't tell yet. It could
Okay.
just be.
Oh, you know what? That's okay. All right, then I go back to my watch.
Okay. So as you ponder on the fishes and the sheet of ice, a map presents
gonna happen
itself
the
in your
rest-
mind, and suddenly you have a view of kind of where you are and why things are taking about as long as they are. So you all departed from
Hey, Matt?
Lila, which is about here.
Did
Yeah.
you click a button or something? I just got like a watch stream.
It just says watch stream with no
Oh yeah.
view.
thing pop up.
That's really weird. I guess click watch stream. I didn't think it would.
I'm gonna click watch stream. Hey,
Yeah,
look at
I
that.
clicked it. It's
Oh god,
got
no,
it.
please don't do that.
That's different.
Oh, it resolved to like a map view.
Yeah.
That's really
Okay, so you
interesting.
did do something. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So you guys started out from Lila, which is in this clearing here. Your sailing was directly north at first, but the fog, as I mentioned, kind of confounds travel. And you actually ended up making landfall around this sort of inlet, this sort of K. I think this is a
We
K.
see the
maybe a
map, but we
grotto.
don't see your mouse or anything.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't see you putting anything out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you see the rectangle?
We see you in like
Yes.
paint or
Okay,
yeah, rectangle
okay.
grid.
So you started down here. Your
Okay.
path for sailing was mostly northward, but the fog kind of confounded that, so that you actually ended up landing around here. The town is like this area, and you've effectively been traveling to about here.
Ooh, does that mean we're gonna fight a huge, cool serpent-looking thing?
That is not what you're about to encounter, but if you try and cross the channel, you might. That
We
was
should
one of the
go-
things
yeah.
that was mentioned was like there are certain parts of the channel that are known to be safer and more dangerous to cross.
Okay.
So there is trade and commerce between the two halves of the Shrouded Isles, but they're on very particular routes that the sea monsters don't tend to use.
Okay. Cool. Did you see Jesse's question?
I did not. I'm assuming that I don't have to pick up Emily. That is correct. She did not have work today. In fact, tomorrow is her last day of the internship, so woohoo!
Ooh, congratulations. Awesome.
Does that mean she has her thing?
No, it's
Yeah,
just the internship. So this was more like just a work experience for the summer.
Oh, okay.
So
she
she'll have a
completed
couple
her
of weeks off.
credit hours thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, brain fart.
What do you have there in that glass, Matt?
This
aside.
is Auchentoshan, single malt Scotch whiskey. You'd hate it.
I would. Cool.
I also have some
Now,
rum
would I
back there.
kind of hate it or would I really hate it? Like I don't.
It's not that
one,
strong.
This one I think you'd kind of hate.
Okay.
It's got
So
like
it's a better
it's got like
Scotch.
vanilla and florals in it, so it's like sweeter.
Okay.
Not as bitey and not as smoky.
So we're on the western shore.
Yes.
Screen has ended. Cricket noise.
Yep.
You were kind of in that little
Close.
peninsula that I highlighted.
Okay.
And I guess I could. Well, if it takes forever again, no, it didn't. Okay, cool.
It's fine.
The
this is
beast you
weird.
saw is about here-ish.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, so we're on like the southwestern edge of that first aisle.
Yep. Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I have to keep opening and closing streams.
Yeah, it's weird. The screen share didn't used to work like that. I'm a little
Don't
surprised.
cross the
Yeah.
streams.
That's definitely different.
So, I guess since I'll take second watch.
We got
Sure,
streams
yeah.
in streams
I'm-
in streams.
Farking
Are we-
feels really bad. Like
No,
he's
no,
gonna
I'm
stay up
good.
with you.
I don't need a whole lot of sleep, so
Look,
Is this the end of one
sorry,
page?
yeah, I'll stay up with you though, so we can talk.
Okay. So the two of
We
you
made it
kind
through a
of-
whole.
one watch shift, not the whole night yet.
Sorry, I wanted to role play a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah. Don't apologize. That's all good. I'm telling you never to apologize to Jesse for anything. Unless you've wronged him in some way, in which case you should,
But I-
because it's the right thing to
Well,
do.
hold on. I spent a lot of time with Jesse. Should I not apologize to Jesse in general, or just in terms of Morthos? Well, I'm confused.
I don't think I can dictate your life outside of D&D, so I guess just Morthos. But if you want to make
All
me
right, good.
really happy, then
'Cause I think I already apologized to him once earlier today, so I'll retract that apology.
I'll
Jesse.
let it slide this time. So, second watch. Can I get both of you to roll up some perception checks?
No.
Okay, then I guess
You're
bad
not-
things are gonna happen.
They're
All right,
going to
I
happen
gotta-
anyway, just whether or not we perceive them.
He refuses to be perceptive.
I mean, he's done it before, and reasonably so. If you actually don't think Farkin would be paying enough attention, that's fine.
Actively or passively, like, is this a?
I leave that up to you. I mean, it's watch, so you could absolutely be making an active check, but
Yeah,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm more just checking. Like, I'm up just to support my buddy here because I feel bad about waking him up. So 12.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got a 22. I'm actively looking at around at things.
Alrighty.
That's better than mine.
yes, it is. It is. So, Farkin, you're kind of still chatting with Cranmore, and Cranmore is like interacting and trying to calm your nerves a bit. You're still a bit worked up about the whole situation here.
I
But-
would actually. Can I roll like an insight to get a sense of the nature of this place? Because this is something that is constantly on Cranmore's mind wherever he goes, and he's had enough time now between talking to the people and walking through nature. And I did specify that he was taking that time to go out into the sort of nature or whatever on his own
Mhm.
to spend a bit of time communing with to try to find Fey people that might be on the island. I don't know
That's
if
right. I forgot
Well,
about that bit.
and plus, his best friend Farkin has been telling him something is really, really wrong. So that must inspire him to want to check.
Yeah, also you can make an insight check too.
all right. So
Dennis is just like, yeah, whatever. I'm past that.
ouch. No, it's not.
Oh no.
But since I've been encouraging him and we're so close, does that mean that he gets the roll with advantage?
I would say it's more likely to make it so that he can make the check again later. Like if anything else happens that comes up, it might spur another check.
I got an 11.
I tried.
But like I said, I specifically went to talk to the Fey people and try to understand what is this place. Did I find any of them?
Yes. So roving out a little bit and attempting to find Fey folk in the area to speak with. Trying to
I mean,
figure
I'm
out.
one of them, so I should be able to find people like me.
Well, you are in a way, but
In a way.
like as far as like from the Feywild, there's very few in this world. You've actually like you find some, but they're not at all familiar to you because you've never encountered these species on the continent proper.
Right.
You have talked about woodland spirits and the like as like part of your tribal tradition, but they've always been mostly in the abstract, or if they have been spoken about in like concrete tales and stories, they're rare, and the rarity and mystique is something that elevates the story to the stuff of legend. You now find yourself actually in a small clearing where you can hear like very faint, high-pitched music coming from a source that you cannot quite detect. And as you kind of gingerly step about the grove and attempt to locate the source of this, you notice kind of a large patch of toadstools beneath a particularly old tree. And as you kind of take your two front knees and bow them down and then bend your head forward, you do see like a slight glow from underneath some of these toadstools. And you can hear the sound of music grow slightly louder and a few small, tiny little voices.
So I speak softly in Sylvan. Hello, I am a friend and traveler.
As they hear Sylvan for the first time outside of their own in ever, three pixies flit out from underneath of the toadstools. They're only a couple of inches high each, but they all kind of float like right in front of you, and they kind of like for a moment just fly about, observing what you are, unfamiliar with your kind. You eventually, after a moment or two of appraisal, you hear a response come back. Well, you're much bigger than us.
My folk are bigger than a lot of other folk.
Well, we
We
are
have
very small.
it's all relative. I find size and might are not necessarily correlated, and you seem to be quite mighty in your way. And
What
if less is more, there's no end to you.
One of them kind of smirks a little bit. Riddles, is it? What would you have of us?
We've come here, myself and a few friends, in search of basically answers of what's going on in this world. Where we're from, another land on this in this plane, there's a blight. It's going through nature and city alike, and we're tracking it. We're trying to get to the head of this beast.
Oh my.
We found ourselves on the shores of this island, and it is not like what we're used to. Things seem to be.
Yes, that other place sounds terrible. You should stay here.
Would that I could. I'm obligated to help those that need it, and I have my home to be at. And if something is not good at home, you don't run away from it, you fix it.
That makes sense. The people here, well, what I see of them, they all really want to protect their home too. So I get it. I get that.
So why? How does it come to pass that this place is so well protected and the blight hasn't come here?
Oh, it's the saint.
The saint. Can you tell me about this saint?
Oh, yes, he's wonderful. His name is Saint Arthur, and he's watched over the island for hundreds of years. He's been here caring for us the whole time. Ever since anybody can remember, really. He's wonderful. He's really, really nice, and he always makes sure that everybody has, enough to go around, and he's the reason the weather's always so great. Heck, he even comes and plays games with us.
I do like.
Where is he?
Oh, he comes.
Wait.
I'm not
he
thinking
comes and goes.
from where does he walk?
I can't speak Sylvan.
That's true. Well, he mostly lives on the north side of the island, but he comes around every now and then.
All right, and what does he look like?
Oh, he's beautiful. Oh my goodness, he has this. Let me get the description up. Just so
he's
I
like
don't
a
mess it
pixie.
up. No, he's human.
But by the sound of it, not mortal.
In a sense, I think he's not the same kind of mortal. I don't know if I should tell you.
You only need to tell me what you're comfortable telling me.
Well, it's a fun secret. Maybe if we played a game and you won, I could tell you.
I like games.
Let me find the description of him real quick, because I'm... Oh, good.
Honey, blackberry, and black currant.
Nice. It's a mead, yeah?
Yeah.
Excellent.
No apples apparently, but I literally bought this bottle to bring. We had all this shit happen. Like, so it's been sitting in the top of my fridge for that long. And the only other beer I have is cider right now, which probably wouldn't mix really well after 120. So
Yeah,
I'm doing that.
that's fair. That's fair. I seem to have.
But it's actually I have to buy another bottle or something. Support local, yo.
Absolutely. Where are pinned
Super tasty.
messages? Okay.
If this goes too late and you make me drink this whole bottle of mead, Matt, I blame you.
You'll be very happy with me.
I'll be really happy with you, and Jesse will explain why I'm not happy tomorrow.
Got a release
With
going
the
out
game.
tomorrow?
Nope.
It's Friday. Get a little senioritis. So don't. Actually, I should not be just encouraging bad behavior. I'm sorry.
Good. That's totally fine. That's good behavior.
Are you close to retiring or something? Like, what do you mean senioritis?
Right.
He is a
The
senior
equivalent
developer.
of what happens. Is there a Friday-itis word? I don't know what the equivalent would be when you're
I'm a
treating
senior
Thursday like a
developer.
Friday.
I'm nowhere near retiring.
But senior dev, I mean, come on. That's all you really need, right? Where is he? Here we go.
Ah, a description.
He, well, actually a visual.
Interesting. Is that
His-
an obelisk?
In
Sword.
his hand,
That's
it's
a
a sword.
Yep.
His best way to describe it is very German looking. Blonde hair, blue eyes, very like noble cheekbones and stature.
Mid 30s.
Yeah, thereabouts. Or, in appearance.
Right, in appearance. Does he ever look different than that? Is that always how he looks?
No, that's always how he looks.
And where might we find him?
I don't know. I know that he's normally in the north part of the island, but he comes and visits
right.
the towns
did cover
and
that.
all that stuff.
With some regularity?
Yeah, I'd say probably maybe hits everywhere once every 2 months.
Okay.
It takes most of that time to walk the island, and then I think he takes a couple of weeks just to himself, and then makes the rounds again. He does a lot of meditating up on the holy peak in the north.
A holy peak. Well, that's something we might have a pilgrimage to.
Yeah,
So
it's a
I
beautiful
should
place.
get back to my friends. But what I'd like to do is trade with song, and for you, I will share some verses from my folk, which is a story and music as one, which is how we share stories.
How exciting! Those are the best
And then
stories.
I'll proceed to do a typical Tutatis drum rhythmic mode with one of the main epics.
Excellent. In response, a couple more of the pixies kind of come out, and they have these small stringed instruments, similar in ways to lyres, as well as a couple of winds. But most of the actual song is portrayed through voice. The instruments are kind of more of an ambiance in the background.
Same with the drum.
Yeah, and they give you a story about probably honestly about some mischief that they played on a town and how it turned out.
Never change, you guys.
No one was harmed in the making of this song, but
You
many
guys may be
people were a
my
bit
favorite
pissed
things
off.
about I love it. Love it. Absolutely love it. Love it. You guys be you.
You too.
It's been a pleasure, an unmitigated pleasure. And I'm going to get back. If there's anything you ever need from us, do look me up.
Okay, do come back if you want to play a game.
Thank you for the invitation.
Cranmore, what is your passive perception?
15.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, cool.
All right, so you make your way back to the camp. Jesse, I think you're looping audio.
Uh-oh.
It wasn't there a few minutes ago, and it just stopped. So whatever you did was good. So as you make your way back to the camp and to Farkin, Farkin, you notice that Cranmore's tail has been tied into a bow.
That's fine.
Like the bottom, like, well, I guess it's a short tail.
Wait
but,
a
like,
minute. A 15 perception wasn't enough to notice that.
They have a very high stealth roll. And
That's really
it's not
pretty,
like the
Cranmore. How
whole
do you do that?
tail. It's like the back portion of it because they're very small.
Leave it. Leave it.
Sure, it's not something you did yourself.
I'm kind of disappointed they didn't get the rest of me. I've got a wonderful pelt on my chest. They could have dressed up too.
That would have been harder to do discreetly, but
I'm gonna go. Hey guys, next time. Ah.
you actually do hear some like slight snickers from a nearby
It's late
tree.
at night. It's late at night, so we can talk about this later. But we're gonna talk about this.
But Cranmore, you do actually notice something else.
My high perception roll of 22.
Yes. As you round out your watch after returning to the camp, you still obviously notice the enormous colossus in the distance, but you also see a slight disturbance in the surface of the water, perhaps 200 yards out into the channel.
Does it remind me of the disturbance we saw on the ship, or is this different?
Bigger. No, wait, actually,
The ship was rocked twice.
that's right. So no, not
It's
bigger.
different. That's okay.
It is different. It is.
Okay,
It's actually
that's fine.
smaller considerably. But it's more. It doesn't cause crashing waves, but like something very briefly kind of breaches above the water. Not a face or anything like recognizable, but you just see a dark shape kind of rotate out of the water and then descend back under. You give it a few moments and nothing really follows it up, and then maybe like 5 minutes later, as you kind of scan further out, you see another bump in the distance, considerably further away this time.
I'll relay to Farkin what I heard from the Pixies in brief. And I say, I take it back. We're not under ice like it's some natural phenomenon. We're in someone's glass bubble. They're what do you call it when you put moss and things into a bottle? A terrarium.
A terrarium. Yeah.
We're in someone's terrarium.
Isn't that what I told you? Like, that's what I said. I thought there was somebody who had us in a terrarium. Well, not, I didn't say terrarium, but you know what I meant.
Right.
He does now.
Indeed.
All right.
I still don't understand the intent. Everyone seems to think it's benevolent. So we'll have to see if this is a benevolent terrarium.
Who's everyone?
We've met the folks in the village, and we've met those hippogriffs, and now we've met a few pixies.
Okay. Did you roll an insight check?
I have a passive insight of 15.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Do you believe them?
I believe they believe what they're saying.
Okay, I believe you. I believe you believe you believe. I believe you believe they believe.
There we go. And so far, everything is internally consistent with that model.
I believe you believe they believe is the new song of the Tutatis tribe. Or a new song. Possibly.
You believe they believe.
There we go. Needs a bit more drum, but I like the tune. Jesse can give us the dark vocals.
Yeah, see, like my attempt there, Jesse started like headbanging a little bit. Like he was like, yeah.
He was ready for it.
So who's then on next watch so I can tell them about what we saw in the water?
I vote Norman. He doesn't sleep anyway. He's probably up by now.
Well, if nobody's established it beforehand, it would be up to you guys to wake somebody up. So
Yeah, I'm gonna wake up Norwin.
Damn it, I
Alrighty.
was talking muted.
Norman!
I'll take
Norman!
watch.
I'm gonna wake up Norwin gently, who is on mute.
I'm not!
alas, Morthos.
Norman! Norman!
I
Well,
figured I
am
probably
small.
woke up with all of
Technically-
the commotion.
What commotion?
My gently waking
You
up
seemed
somebody...
like you were talking to that fairy for a while.
Oh, that
Oh,
was
that would've been
outside of the camp.
Far enough away that
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just like the
Never
concept
been
that
there.
my like vigorously trying to wake someone up is probably the same exact thing as Cranmore trying to gently wake someone up.
hey, I am very gentle. I have a calming
Right.
touch and a high
I think
dexterity.
it's more the fact that Farkin is so small that he can't do vigor.
I mean, I can violently wake someone.
Oh,
But
we
I
have
can
no
make someone
doubt
as-
about that. It's
But I
just
can
that
wake someone as gently as the next person.
right, we're not doubting that
Yeah.
either. It's just literally
we're
that
suggesting
Farkin
that
is
Farkin's got
It's a
limitations.
Yeah.
size thing.
Farkin
It's
is
that
just
you're
so small.
gentle and
Got it.
probably me being very aggressive.
right, like he could leap on somebody and like hug their leg and like throw himself around, and it'd feel
And
about the
it's
same as you
basically
going like
the same
tap tap.
pressure. You're going, hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
can you wake up, please? And meanwhile, Farkin's like, wake the fuck up!
So Norwin, you are
So,
awoken.
no,
Oh,
I
okay.
let you know about something I saw in the water, and point in the direction. If you see it again, track it. Keep an eye on that. It's not. Don't know if that's related to our colossal would-be friend over there.
You think so?
I don't know. I saw a largish thing move up in the water and go down again.
Okay, I'll keep watch.
And I'm taking a nap.
Alrighty. So as the two previous watchers go to bed, Norman, I'd like you to make a perception check for your watch.
Uh, 24.
Alright. So you keep a Jesse, you got a lot of noise coming through you.
That wasn't me.
Oh, okay.
Doug,
Oh, okay.
muted,
Your border was also going green, but I guess it wasn't. Alright, so with the 24, Norwin, you keep a very good eye on both the Colossus and the water in front of you, but you do not see any other sign of whatever it was Cranmore saw. It seems to have moved on. That said, by the end of your watch, you can notice a very significant change in the distance of the Colossus since you went to bed. It has made probably a little more than half the distance between you and it.
Oh, it's coming towards us again?
It always has been. It did not stop.
Oh, okay.
All right, and that will pretty much round out the night. So you awaken in the morning, and Morthos, when you wake up, the Colossus is much closer than you remember it, and it's a little closer than Cranmore and Farkin recall from when they ended their watch.
For the sake of Saint Ardor.
I say it's getting bigger. No, closer. It's getting closer. Okay.
Man, it's just big. Like, I don't know. It's just big.
Actually, you know what? It looks about the exact same size as it did when you first saw it, and it's going to keep looking that way every time you look at it until one time it's just going to be right there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There's a
We're
particular...
getting better and better detail on it. Like it's like the fidelity on the it's like the resolution of it's improving.
Yeah, it's been buffering for a really long time, but I think it's close to done.
Right.
you can now kind of fully appreciate that it's possibly like a mile high out of the water. You're getting a better sense of its scale, and it is just massive.
Hey guys, we should go that way, away from that thing.
Farkit, it looks about as big as Cranmore from your perspective.
Can I? You want to get a super speed spell, and then you can go beat it up.
I'm gonna be right back. I need to use the restroom.
I feel like an ant fighting a boot.
I'm actually gonna go to intermission on the stream real quick.
So
And establish some kind of communication with it.
I think so.
Could it even perceive us? This will be fun. I am
that's
very,
kind of the.
very interested in this being and want to get a lot closer.
Well, I think like what I might be interested in is trying to, like, before it was, hey, beat up this Colossus and make him do what we want, versus, hey, there's this really big angry cloud coming towards us, or angry mountain. Can you help us with that? You know?
How does one stop a mountain?
We were sent here, I felt, on sort of a mercy mission. There was concern about the well-being of this Colossus. And so we're only meant to understand why it's not.
And
Whatever they
possibly
think
the
is
well-being
basic
of
concern.
whatever's in its path.
We
I
lost
do
Matt.
fireballs.
Matt is muted. I saw lips and heard no sound.
I was muted. And, possibly the well-being of whatever happens to be in its path. But yes, both are valid concerns that were at least implied, if not directly.
The way
voiced.
Cranmore heard it is something's wrong with this guy and he might need some help.
How far away is it?
Because of the size, it's kind of difficult to tell, but definitely like less than a day's travel, especially as he's also coming towards you.
Okay.
This would be really weird.
We should have a hero's feast
You
Heroes
have
what?
that spell now.
to prepare.
It's just a big mountain. Why do we care? It's totally fine, right? It's just a mountain. It's not like it knows anything about us.
A moving mountain.
Well,
All mountains.
I don't know what
move.
it knows.
So I'd like to start moving toward it now.
Okay.
The mountain
Yeah.
instead of the Cyclops.
No, sorry, to this Colossus. I want to move to the Colossus that's already moving to us. I want a close distance.
I thought you were calling the Colossus a mountain as well.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I thought.
So we're still on our way to the Colossus,
Mhm.
right? We see this mountain coming at us from the distance, but we're still moving towards the Colossus, right?
The Colossus is the mountain coming at you.
Okay. So the Cyclops is the other thing.
No, there is no Cyclops.
There is no Cyclops.
I
That's just
I
joke.
do not know where you
That
got
was just
that
confusing.
word. I don't
You
think
said
I've
that
said it.
word.
I don't think I did. I think I've always said Colossus. If I
No, you
did,
said
I'm very
Cyclops.
sorry.
Okay. So the Colossus is the mountain. All right.
Yes.
Cool.
The Colossus is
That
the
changes.
giant, colossal thing coming at you.
That is also coming towards us as we're going towards it.
Yes.
Okay. Fine. Awesome. I swear to God, you said Cyclops last time. That's why I linked that picture earlier, that it was an angry
I was
Cyclops.
really confused as to why there were so many Cyclops references. I was like, I keep saying Colossus. But I guess if I said it last time, I'm really sorry about that. I meant Colossus the whole
I
time.
could totally be misremembering too, so it's like, it's fine.
Well, we're on the same
Right.
page now, and that's what matters.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Well, the mountain?
Alrighty. So as you, yeah, I mean it's a couple of hours of travel, but you get to the point that you are, closing distance on this immense thing. And I'd like everybody to make perception checks as you get kind of close to it.
Ooh. A 16.
25.
Nice.
When do I get to roll survival?
These dice feel loaded on D&D Beyond. Somehow they feel loaded.
I've gotten some bad rolls on there.
I got a 13.
Okay. Is Farkan making one, or is he just awed?
I was trying to, but like just clicking perception on the mobile app doesn't actually do anything. So let me
That's weird.
roll real quick. Sorry.
Surprised the dice haven't come to the mobile app yet.
I think they have, just not to all the places.
I can't believe I got 13 on perception. Ugh.
9. I am very perceptive.
Very good. Very
What
good.
is that? That's still the Colossus. Oh, yeah.
Ah.
I
Okay.
can't tell the details. Like
So-
bigger is just bigger. Like I can't tell the difference.
It is tall enough that you can't really get much detail of its face. You can't really see expression very much. But Norwin, as you're just surveying this immense thing and like just force your brain to like take a step back from seeing just the enormity of it and trying to view it as a creature. It seems agitated. Like not necessarily angry. And not
Wait, that's an insight check.
well, no, because it's I guess you could argue that it's also insight, but I'm going with like particularly body language.
Okay.
And like yeah, I guess it would still be insight. I probably should have made it insight. Sorry.
I don't know.
You could
I don't
change your bonuses if you want, if that helps you.
No. I mean, it does, but
I think it wouldn't help enough to go past the threshold, because you got a 13, right?
yeah, I'd have a 17.
Oh, okay. Well, that's actually enough. Morthos, does it change it for you? Because you got a 15 or a 16 before.
I got a 16.
Is insight any better?
Like bonus wise, or you want me
Yeah.
to roll it?
Bonus wise.
I observe my world through my
It's the same bonus.
Same
plus
bonus.
1.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in that case, it doesn't change for you, but it does for Cranmore. So Cranmore and
Cranmore.
Norwin both notice this body language, and it's like just the way that it kind of brings its arms in a little bit closer while it's walking, and it almost seems to be like grabbing hold of its side every now and then, or like the upper part of its chest. And it does actually take note, because you all are moving targets and are a little, you stand out a bit from the landscape because of that. It does actually take note of you, but most of its reaction is just to like direct slightly out towards the channel and continue walking. You are about 5 miles from the outlet of the estuary into the ocean at this point. You're muted, Brian.
Did you say it got out of the water?
No, it's still in
Or
the
it
water,
walked?
but it's in the channel now instead of the ocean. So you're
Oh,
now
okay.
on the shore. Like if this is the edges of the two islands, and between my hands is the channel, you're like on the coast, and it's come from the ocean into like the water, or into the channel is like here now.
Okay. So, and when I'm close enough to for it to hear me, I'm gonna cast tongues on myself.
Okay, sounds good. So you cast tongues, and what are you doing? Are you also gonna use thaumaturgy because its head is still like most of a mile up?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. um, I I say, you seem agitated. Is everything okay, Guardian?
In what language do you speak? Or does
Um,
tongues just
it
allow it to
doesn't
understand you? Is that what it is?
exactly.
Okay, yeah.
It's I can understand anything, and anybody who knows at least one language can understand me.
Okay. So it does respond in giant. I'm not even going to attempt to do a voice besides just dropping mine a little deeper. But if any of you have played God of War, the new one, and had the pleasure of speaking with the World Serpent, that's kind of what I'm imagining. It is this just it's more of a like physical wave than a sound. It's such a huge amplitude that it just more thrums through you than intercepts your ears. And it is this very like slow, drawn out response, almost like the Ents speak. But it is still a recognizable form of giant. And he seems a bit confused in his response because what he says is chest hurt. Must see Saint. Saint help kill Saint. And it kind of lifts a leg to take another enormous stride.
Is it heading north?
It is.
Can I get close
I
enough
I
to get a
really
hand on him to feel where his injury might be and how bad it is?
He is moving the current quite significantly. So if you would
I
like
can
to
run on
try and,
water.
yeah, I mean it's still difficult because it's waves coming up. But if you would like to make an athletics check, you may certainly attempt to dash across the
I will.
water and
I
get
will
to him.
attempt it.
All right, roll that athletics check for me.
Sweet.
Actually, before you do that, I should
Too late. I
clarify
got a
if
28.
well, I'm clarifying if you can even do it, because if Norwin isn't relaying what the giant is saying, it wouldn't make sense.
I did.
Okay,
I
cool.
already saw that he was looking
I was
injured,
about to
holding his
say it,
side
and
from
then
the
he
That's
was
true. That's true. You did. So it would be a moot point. That's fair. But either way, Norwin is telling you what he's saying. So, yeah.
Also through my insight check was telling us that he's
Yes.
injured and hurt.
Right. I was just clarifying that while, yes, that would have been a valid reason anyway, you now have two.
Okay.
So yeah, you all see Cranmore after as he's hearing this and processing what he's seeing, just leaps out onto the waves and dashes the first few steps before encountering kind of the first ripple from this Colossus's steps. And it kind of he just pushes through the first one as it's kind of breaking, and you see him burst through the other side and continue sprinting across the surface of the water. Eventually having to kind of run across a couple of the waves to keep his footing, but does manage to very expertly pick his way through this tumultuous current, making his way to so the giant stands about a mile out of the water, and the water is coming up to what you assume is only a bit above his knee, maybe a third of the way between the knee and the hip.
Fortunately, I can swim.
So you can kind of get a grip on him, and hold on. And with your athletics check, I'm not going to make you make another one to hang on as he begins to shift. But everyone on the surface is going to have to start booking it to keep up with him as he's walking. The key energy is a bit overwhelming at first, Cranmore. Just the volume of energy in this being is it doesn't hurt you, but it's just completely overwhelms your senses for a few seconds before you could kind of start to pick out the patterns and currents that you recognize from other beings. And after a moment, you kind of gain your bearings and are able to really track what's going on. But that first wave is just, it kind of takes you off guard for a moment. But once you regain yourself, you can tell, can't tell the exact placement, because it's just too big. But the injury does seem to be coming from the left side of his chest. Somewhere around the upper parts of the ribs and the heart. Yeah. I wasn't gonna feed that directly to you as information, but if you're making that conclusion yourself, yeah, it could definitely be the heart.
And definitely not his scrotum.
No, not his scrotum. It's much too high up for that.
Thank you, Farkin, for that.
But I also wasn't sure if Farkin was asking if you were grabbing onto his scrotum. I wasn't sure if that was the... Okay, yeah.
That's totally what I was asking.
Gotcha.
I'm a very good climber. No. So...
Actually, the Colossus... This is actually somewhat important. The Colossus is nude and does not have a sex organ.
All right.
Later, Brian.
Peace.
So, is there any? Do I get a sense that I can use any of my Q pool to heal him at all, make him feel at all better?
It's not. I would say that this doesn't even have something that could be considered HP, and it's not a disease. What are your other applications of key points, though? Because I feel like something does apply, if I remember right.
There's disease, poison, condition, or generally HP, so wounds. So I could accelerate someone's normal healing, wound repair, take out a condition that could be poison or disease. So it's generally meant for the physical. But because it's based on key, I think I can also take some mind effects too.
So I think that is this in a monastic tradition, or is this all monk things? I think this is all monk things. Okay. Which use is this? I don't know. Anyway, so I don't think it directly fits into any of your particular features, but what I will say is you could expend a key point to kind of send a pulse out into the Colossus that would give you a little bit more information than just kind of a passive check would do. Passive in
Okay.
a loose sense of the word.
So use a bit of myself to kind of feel around in there.
Yeah. Effectively, yeah, just sort of extend yourself into him and try and figure out what might be the cause.
I can fix it.
So would you like to do this?
Yes.
Okay. So as you send this pulse of key energy out into the body and kind of trace its path, you almost feel yourself like assuming the form of this Colossus. Like you feel yourself flowing through its corporal identity. And you can then confirm that whatever it is around the heart. But it's also not an injury or a disease per se or a condition.
Is it like that blight?
More what you get the sense of is that it is similar to the blight you have seen on the continent. And in fact, that was the other group. You all have not encountered something like this before. Yeah, so that would be about as exact as you could get. It is very similar to the blight that you recall from the continent. That corruption that exists in the Wraith Hearts and in the forests and other parts of the wilds that are falling victim to that force.
And it's
chaos.
fighting it. So does it have a sense of internal conflict where it's of two minds?
Oh yeah.
Well, on one hand, it's fighting it. On the other hand, this thing is kind of winning.
Yeah. There is a definite change in its behavior and how it's purporting itself, and it notices it and doesn't like it, but isn't able to fix it. It's still just fighting it through sheer force of will, but who knows how long it can hold on.
And do I think that we can get to the Saint before the big guy does?
Before the Colossus does?
Right.
No, he can move faster than you.
Certainly for longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I could keep up, it wouldn't be for as long as. Yeah.
Not if we ride.
How fast? Like
you guys want to hitch a ride?
Yeah.
I shout out to the party. Do you want to try to hitch a ride? Because we need to go where he's going.
Maybe I can haste him and we can get there faster.
If you
Colossus.
All right, DM space equals I do that thing. I haste the Colossus.
Oh my god.
I'll leave like, guys, his heart itself is blighted and he's struggling with it. He's trying to fight it and it's winning. He's going to see the Saint, and he is of two minds. On the one hand, maybe he wants the Saint to help him. On the other hand, maybe he wants to destroy the Saint and anything that's protecting this place, which would let the blight into this place in full.
Norman at this point is going to try and Norman is going to try and talk to the Colossus again and ask if there's any way that they can help, that you all can help.
Right.
And the Colossus kind of feels your presence on it, Cranmore. It kind of feels the... I wouldn't say intrusion from your perspective, but from the perspective of his blighted half, intrusion is probably the right word.
Right.
And so he responds with a just kind of a gruff grunt that, even as minor an interaction as it is, kind of shakes the land around him, sounding like thunder from the heavens. He gives little more response than that, and you can actually feel, as you're still connected to him, Cranmore, you can feel a little bit of that chaos begin to kind of well up inside of him.
So we're not offering up any direction or solution to try to help him ourselves.
Not yet, anyhow. You certainly haven't exhausted all of your options. You have many abilities at your disposal.
Yeah, Morthos, is there anything that you can...
How fast would I have to... what would be the flying speed to keep up with him?
80 feet.
Oh!
It's fast.
That's fast.
Yeah,
I
I can go 10
I
feet.
can barely do that. Just above my normal run. If I dash or haste, I can beat that pretty well. But
Mhm.
my running speed 75.
Whew.
And
Actually,
if he
no, that's
dashes,
my
it becomes
my speed
160.
is. Yeah.
If he starts running,
Um,
he would cause floods, and it should actually probably be higher than 80 feet, honestly. If he's 2 miles
Well, he
high,
might just be moving very slowly right now.
yeah,
So
and yeah, he definitely is. He's not Russian.
he is wading through water.
He's
I mean,
also
that
not
is something.
Croatian.
and bigger thing. Well, he may not follow
He doesn't.
other biology where there's a reason why larger things move slower.
Yep.
And there's
Yeah.
very much a. Anyway,
He actually,
the
I'll
stream
give
isn't
you
about
spoilers.
neuroscience.
He doesn't need food. He actually has no caloric necessity. He also doesn't need any kind of rest. He is being fueled pretty much completely by magic.
Yeah. And I'm sure that the signals, the motor commands and feedback signals that control his ambulation are on a different kind of neurophysiology
Yeah.
than what we are.
So what
So,
I'm hearing is haste. Okay.
before, wait, no.
All right, Farkad's still on shore. We're safe. What's up?
Okay, so can your relics help attack a blight while it's still in a colossus? We know to go for the heart where the blight is attacking. Is there something
I
you
can
do
put
to
my
stay
staff up
the
his
blight?
asshole, but I don't think that's going to reach.
There's nothing we're gonna do on the colossus as a whole. This big guy is he's a city unto himself, but the blight itself might be a target. Is that something that we could consider? What other abilities do you have that you would point at this? I've gotten into his mind and spirit and body.
I got nothing. I can like get into his mouth, I guess.
You could go inside him.
You can go into the heart.
Like physically inside him, like biblically.
You know what? This won't be the first time I've done something kind of like that, and I'm having not flashbacks
To
like
the purple
PTSD,
worm?
but I'm thinking. So I'm remembering the purple worm, and I'm remembering even farther back when I was first tracking the blight, and it was attacking this poor person, and they were all that was left of a village, and they had inadvertently killed people they cared about, and I had to take their staff and destroy it, and watch as the blight struggled to keep to its host and fight me. Like it was like dealing with some kind of junkie. So I'm inclined to go in. But I'm gonna relay. I think I might want to try to go in. And is there any wisdom, anything that suggests that's like if this were a worm, I don't want to go. I don't know that I want to go in because I would get swallowed. But the Colossus's anatomy might be more like going into a cave.
Norwin kind of asks before speaking to the giant. He's like, "Well, should I tell him, or should we just try and do it?" Like,
if he's got enough of himself,
can you try and calm him down as I'm asking?
You know what? I can. I will do that. I will attempt to calm him.
Okay. And I believe you have advantage on these checks.
Yes, I do. Give me a moment. Yes. Yeah, good, because I just rolled a 1. 21.
Okay. As you use that channel, that connection between your life energies that you've already established, and it's not so much counseling verbally as just with flows outward from you of peaceful intention. That you can't per se flood his existence with it, but you just try it and prod and kind of push him a little bit back away from this blighted state. And it actually does begin to work. You can feel that like roiling conflict inside of him begin to simmer a bit and come down. And as you're doing this, you kind of gesture to Norwin, who again using thaumaturgy to amplify his voice, booms out towards the giant and says, "If it is your chest that hurts, and we have reason to believe that the cause is inside of you, perhaps if we went inside, we could relieve you of this problem."
It'd be
And
like going to, like the cave of a mountain.
the giant, the Colossus, at first doesn't quite seem to process like what is being said, and so Norwin tries kind of another route, um, and basically instead of using verbal cues, kind of just comes up to. Well, he can't walk up to you, Cranmore. He do. What spells does he have? I think he has anything like fly. Oh, he does have control water though, doesn't he?
You know, if the Colossus could just sort of adjust his posture for a moment, I can just run up him.
That's true. You can.
Just want to kind of lean to the side a little bit. I'll be able to get some purchase, no problem.
Norwin suggests this as kind of an intermediate measure, and the giant, after a moment of consideration, does kind of like just feeling that reassurance from you, Cranmore, does kind of bend and tilt a little bit and gives you a bit of a ramp.
Right. And I asked Norwin to go pick up Morthos and Fark and bring them in.
Okay, so he picks
'Cause
the
I know
two
he
of
can
them.
fly.
He grabs the two of them. Kind of Farkin is pretty easily like there. He's mostly just like locked arms with Morthos, and he uses his control water spell to get up to basically as high as he can with it, and then continues up behind you.
Mm-hmm. All right. So
And
into the
using
mouth.
yeah, so using that channel that you've opened, Norwin also kind of attempts to communicate non-verbally with the Colossus, that same idea, and this time it seems to understand a bit better. And it pauses for a moment and then kind of like sets its mouth down on its shoulder and just opens wide. And it is, I mean, the maw of this thing is like the gate to a great city is even small in comparison. It is just this huge yawning doorway.
Farkin, there are two things that occur to me now. One of them is this is an interesting terrarium we've been caught in. And the second one is, do you think he's good? Do we have an exit plan? Let's go.
No. Fire.
Excellent.
Only one way to fix it.
Well, so here's my other
So-
question.
I'm going in.
You're entering through the mouth. How are
Yep.
you getting to the heart?
By way of the lungs.
Okay, so you are going to puncture through the lungs and get out there.
Oh, so he might. So again, I'm taking some tips on.
He might have
wrongfully
different
so.
biology.
We have different biology, so I'm still in my head thinking about everyone else's biology, where the lungs directly connect to the bloodstream, which gets to the heart.
Mm-hmm.
So through the alveoli. And on a creature this big, those alveoli would be
Large
very
enough to
big
walk
indeed.
through.
We may be able to get through them. If not, we may have to make a temporary injury and seal it back up behind us. We also don't know what is in this heart. We have to get into the heart. We need to get on the outside of it, maybe. So it's not going to be obvious. What does it pump? Is it blood? What's in there? is what we're going for on the outside of it. I think it's on the outside of the heart. So we're trying to get into the chest cavity. I think the easiest way is to go down the windpipe to the lungs, if that's what exists here. And that's the assumption I'm making right now.
Okay. So, as you step into the mouth and then begin to kind of traipse back along the tongue to the back of the throat.
The other nice thing about going by way of lungs is you can tell as he inhales and exhales, you can tell where out is, and that you can smell the air coming in. That's the way.
It's more than a smell, because as big as this creature is, its breaths are near gale force winds.
Oh, that might be a downside. Well,
Near gale force. You're not gonna get picked up, but like,
okay.
it is no light breeze. And yeah, the smell is not exactly pleasant either, but it's not terrible as it doesn't eat anything. So
But we can also tell there's outside if we're inside.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel the outside air come in.
True. So tracking the next question, the question that you're presented with relatively quickly once you get to the back of the throat is, how do you descend? Because as it goes back into the windpipe, it's kind of a sheer drop.
So he does seem to follow typical anatomy.
Somewhat, yes.
Somewhat.
If you went outside, he has lungs. If you went outside, you would find he does not have a stomach. He also does not have a liver? Yeah, he would still have kidneys. And I don't know enough about anatomy and all of the different functions to say exactly what else, but he wouldn't have a stomach.
Which means we can't go out the anus.
Nope.
All right, so we have to climb up when we're done.
Or
No
burst
genitals.
out through the chest like a chest burster. He doesn't have any sex organs.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have any sex organs, I suppose.
Gender assuming, man. Come on.
Yeah.
All right, guys, what do you want to do for descension? And then ascension.
I think Norman can levitate, if I'm not wrong.
Arkin can too. He can slow descend.
I can live.
I can use
Fat
gaseous.
fall.
I can give him gas. Use gaseous.
Yeah.
I can just land.
Yeah.
Actually, if it's a mile high, that's not a jump I want to make.
It's not. A mile would be all the way down. You're only going like a little bit.
And hopefully there's enough surfaces on the way down. I can just hop on the way down. So
I can actually transform any willing creature into gas. Could use several.
okay.
I'm willing.
That
might
would
be our way
possibly
out.
help, because actually I don't see anything on Norwin's sheet that would work. Oh wait, he
I
has
could use-
wings. He has wings.
I have 3 slots that I could use.
Nice. Oh, well, the feature is about his wings. Oh well, not a big deal. Okay, so gaseous form on at least Morthos. Farkin is doing what, and Cranmore is doing his monk things.
yep, monk things.
Farkin, how are you getting down?
Morthos, if you're a guest, he can just inhale you.
Are you not gassing me?
He
I
can
can-
also gas you.
So I'm gassing myself. I'm gassing Farkin, and I'm. Who else am I gassing?
I think Norman has wings. Norman has wings. He's fine.
Oh, so just me and Farkin then.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Mind your spell slots.
You're just gonna prance down like a cat?
Mm-hmm.
More like a mountain goat, but yeah.
Okay. So descending the throat proves to be not too much of an issue. Some spell slots are extended in the process, but each character is kind of able to either morph into a gaseous form and filter down, or mountain goat down, or using the mostly vestigial but somewhat functional wings kind of keep himself aloft enough to descend lightly. Um, and you make your way down the windpipe and eventually into the lungs, which open out into these immense caverns. And as you suspected, well, not Cranmore, but Dennis, but same thing. They're called the what? The alveoli? Is that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
alveoli.
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 They are large enough that even Cranmore can kind of step into them. So making your way through them and kind of beginning to walk along, uh, it you can tell kind of from the contraction of them that a heart is pumping, right? There is some movement, some rhythmic movement, and it seems to be like it isn't red, but there is blood of a sort. There is a fluid traveling through it. It's actually this sort of like greenish color, like a yellow green even. Some form of ichor. And as you kind of travel along this enormous pathway to the heart, or to the bloodstream and the heart, I guess. I don't know that much about anatomy. Dennis, you want to take it from here?
If we went by way of the lungs and he's got a cardiovascular system that he's approximating animal cardiovascular systems, then through the alveoli, we go through the I'll just not use the proper words. There's a pipe that goes right to the heart.
Okay, so it goes basically, like, does it connect to that pipe, or is there like a...
Yeah, so the alveoli go to connected branches, and the branches come together to a main vessel that goes to the right side of the heart.
Okay.
The radiatum.
Cool. Good to know.
And then, yeah.
The more you
got that
know.
right. No, wait, it might be the left atrium. I'm sorry if I'm getting my left and right mixed up. And
is it the red one?
I'm an engineer. I'm
blue
incredibly embarrassed. I should know these because once it comes in from there, that's your oxygenated blood, and then it goes out the ventricle to the body.
Right. That part I'm familiar with. I don't know that much about the lungs and how they connect. That was the gap
And then
in knowledge.
from the body, it comes back into the other side of the heart, and then they're squeezed out to where the lungs are to get rid of the carbon dioxide.
So there isn't blood in the alveoli, is there?
It's sort of there's like a film.
Yeah.
It's a gaseous exchange.
Okay.
So that's where there's like imagine a barrier where the blood's not going to get through, but the gas will.
Right. Okay.
So we may have to kind of go through a bit of a film.
Yeah. It's
into the stuff
and gnarly,
go right.
But it's there. And you're not drowning as you're going through it.
So I would suggest we don't go through the ichor in that inside the tube, but kind of color away through and go to the outside of the tube and follow along the outside of this massive piping.
So you would cut a small hole in the lung wall. Okay.
Right.
All right.
Just forgot alveoli is. We can even put it back together.
Yeah, Norwin can heal it back up given a little bit of time.
But out of the huge surface area, he probably
it's a very minor injury. Yeah.
I could burn it closed too.
Yeah, you could cauterize it. That's fair. Yeah. The sum total of which is it's not too much of an issue. You cut yourselves out of this giant's lung and make your way along the outside of the alveoli towards the heart. And
I'm gonna call it a ravioli.
You may do that. I would like everybody to make acrobatics checks.
Oh boy.
Because you're walking along this probably rather slick and mobile vessel in the chest cavity.
I'm having a very mixed day of rolls.
Oh,
13.
No. 13. Okay.
I got an 11
Okay.
on something I should easily be good at.
Norwin got a natural 20.
14.
Okay. So the only one who fails is in fact Cranmore. which is unfortunate because he's the heaviest of you. So as Cranmore slips slightly, losing his footing, probably being a little bit just taken by the surroundings and the fact that you are inside of a being that is so immense that it feels like being inside of a cave. He's just kind of wondering in awe and slips a little bit. And I'm going to need probably Morthos and Norwin to make athletics checks to grab him before he's too far gone that he would pull them down with him.
I can't grab anything.
Why is
I'm
that?
gaseous.
Oh, you are. Oh, you would have, unless you wanted to stay gaseous, you would have turned back when you got to the bottom of the lungs or the windpipe.
Oh yeah. See, I was under the intention of staying gaseous.
Okay, then it'll just be Norwin. I guess Farkin can help, but Farkin is small.
I tried.
That's
Got
fine.
levitate.
Well, I have to touch you for that, and
Okay.
you know what? Heroics time, bitches. I jump after him.
Okay. Alright, so Farkin leaps off of the alveoli and just tries to wrap himself around Cranmore and do something. What are you doing?
I'm gonna twin cast levitate.
Okay, nice. So spending a sorcery point, Farkin twin casts levitate, and is able to safely get both of you. Like you don't even have to get back onto the alveoli; you just levitate because it lasts for a while, right?
It's a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So no problem. Yeah.
Let's levitate over the vessels, which will get bigger and bigger and bigger as we close to the heart, which is nice.
Yes, they do.
But I'm gonna want to levitate above that.
Yes.
Because this is the first time I've done that. So, first of all, thank you so much. Second, this is a little weird, not falling. I'm very used to gravity.
Gravity's still a bitch now.
Well,
We can float for
um,
the next 9 minutes.
there we
We
go.
all float down here.
Suddenly, a giant clown bursts out of the lung.
The flight. Now I'm not switching. That's what he did.
It is actually, or it is what I wish I did, not what I did.
All right. So we're making our way to the heart,
Yes,
floating
indeed.
or gaseous or.
Yes. Sorry, I was looking at the memes in chat. My bad. So yes, you continue your way towards the heart, and as it gets to the point where you can kind of begin to see this immense beating heart within the body, you can tell that in fact the blight is on the outside. It looks like at first you're almost taken aback. You're like, oh, I must have been wrong. It does look diseased, because there's like this black wrapping around a large portion of the heart that just looks like it's kind of melded in with the tissue itself, just like adhered onto the surface, and it moves as the heart moves. It constricts and expands as the heart does, and it even has kind of tentacles that crawl out onto various arteries and veins. But as you get closer, you could tell that whatever this black mass is, it is not part of the heart. It is a separate entity. As you could see, even between beats, the thing kind of pulses and shifts a little.
Gross.
Mm-hmm. Now, as you
I
are
cast
getting
it
quite
away.
close to this immense heart, the vessels you are walking along are wide enough to really be a more sturdy floor at this point. They're pretty large, and so you could get easy footing, and even you even have room to sort of move around, like a decent sized platform made out of gross.
I wanna burn off the black stuff and cast immolate.
Okay. How far away or how close do you have to be for that?
90 feet.
Okay. Are we doing anything else as we're getting within 90 feet of it? Or is it Farkin?
Hey, let's make sure that you're like you want to. Fark, do you want to be like securely mounted to me for this?
Uh,
you comfortable with me getting close?
I'm always comfortable with you getting close. Pet, pet.
Norwin feels vaguely uncomfortable.
All right. So what happens when he has fiery stuff?
Is that all we're? So he's getting on you. You're getting close enough. He's casting it,
Yeah,
and
then I'm gonna want to charge the thing because that's kind of all I know how to do is and use my magical weapon hands.
your fist of fury.
Yes.
Okay. I really wish Jesse hadn't left because I was just about to ask what Morthos is gonna do. Norwin is gonna prep a guiding bolt at, I don't know, probably 3rd level, maybe 4th. How many 4th level slots does he have? 3? Yeah, he'll prep guiding bolt at 4th level in order to just try and light it up and make it a little easier for you guys to hit if it shows any signs of life after Farkin immolates it.
Oh, he doesn't have to because that catches on fire.
Yeah,
The
but
burning
the guiding
target sheds bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30 feet.
But is it magical light that gives attacks advantage?
Oh, that's true. Good point. Good point. Yep.
7d6 at 4th level? Okay, cool. We'll get those out, and as well as the thing. Okay, so that's what Norwin is going to prep, and that will likely bring us to initiative. So if you want to roll that now, go for it. 5. Where are all of my d6s? I just need so many of them all the time, guys.
You need those D6s, yo. Wow. What is with that?
I'm hoping that the law of averages will be in my favor when I actually need it.
There you go. Good call. Good call.
It won't be. Spoilers.
You're saying the dice roll are not random? Is it something you know?
It's Murphy's Law, man. When you need it is exactly when it's not going to be in your favor.
You think Murphy's Law trumps the law of averages?
Yes. At least for small numbers.
How small is small?
We're gonna have to play this game all night.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever find out, Rob.
Need more
Unfortunately. Yeah, we'll always need more samples.
I've had so far, I think I've had one good roll.
Sorry about
Would
that.
someone else like to control Morthos for this combat?
2,
Or not Morthos,
I can
Norwin.
3.
Jesse should very much control Morthos. Does someone else want to control Norwin?
Yeah, I'll do Norwin. Yeah.
Let me.
I throw my hammer. I'm Thor, right?
Something
That's the
like
way
that.
this works.
I thought that was supposed to be Erden. Wasn't that Joel's thing? He wanted Erden to be haughty like Thor.
Yeah, but that's like the bullshit mythical Thor, not the Marvel Universe Thor.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. Yeah.
Norwin is the Marvel Universe Thor.
Yeah, that's fair. I like that. I like that a lot. Actually, that's not his HP. That's Norwin's HP. All right. So. Oh my gosh. So this thing is like another enemy that I've come up with in this campaign. Is called an aspect of chaos. Now, I was just writing out some of his stats for a quick reference, and I realized as I was writing out the abbreviation that it's AOC, like Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez. And, like, oh no, I swear this wasn't intentional. I'm not calling her an aspect of chaos, I swear.
Almost that.
Are you worried that she's going to call you out on the floor of the House of Representatives?
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, I've just got that much clout.
That Matt BionD guy, he really needs,
He needs to be put in his place.
I don't think AOC would have a problem with you, Matt.
I don't think we'd agree on all that much. Although, maybe more than I would think.
I don't know that you would talk with her all that much to have her have a problem with you.
That's fair, yeah. I thought in your hypothetical situation we were, like, chillin'. But if that's not the case, if you're just saying, like, in the normal course of life, then yes,
Yeah.
she probably has no idea that I exist and never will.
I don't think if you happen to pass her on the House of Representatives, you would stop to call her a fucking bitch on camera.
I definitely would not know.
So
I wouldn't do this on camera.
So you'd rank higher than.
I wouldn't even do it off camera. I mean, I don't want to get super political, but, like, even if I disagreed with her on literally everything, which I don't, I still would not call her that. Like, I try to respect other humans as much as I can.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. Don't you tell me that. Don't you tell me those
He's
lies, you
having a
fucking
go.
bitch. Shit.
Elf biased.
I'm racist against halflings.
Is
Is that just a fancy way of saying I don't like kids?
Is it still racism if the race doesn't exist?
Yes. I really hate Smurfs. I don't know. Anyhow, so immolate. What exactly does it do? Paint me a picture,
It's a
Farkin.
It is. But as we get close to it, I hold out my hands and it just starts smoldering and kind of sparking, and it needs to make a dexterity save. And based upon the dexterity save, it takes so much burning damage, and it's like this. I just made like this concentrated napalm burn on it for a little while.
I am guessing that your save is higher than a 12.
It is. So
Okay.
it takes 31 points of fire damage, and it is now lit on fire and it exudes light that's 30 feet, 60 feet dim light, all that good stuff. But
Okay. The black pulsating mass turns into a black pyre as flames radiate from it and illuminate the area, which wasn't particularly dark per se, but wasn't very well lit. But is now, you could see your target pretty easily.
just of note, so you know, at the end of each of its turns, the target repeats a saving throw. It takes 4d6 on a failed save. Spell ends on a successful one. These magical flames cannot be extinguished by non-magical means.
Okay. And is that is it at the end of its turn that it makes the save? Sorry.
End of its turn. Yep.
Okay. Cool. Sweet. So let's go ahead and, well, actually, wait. So Cranmore was going to charge, but Norwin had a readied action. So that's going to trigger, and then we'll get into initiative order.
Norrin throws his hammer, just like.
I already called what he had. It was Guiding Bolt at
go
4th
ahead.
level. But from here on out, it will be your
No, you did.
discretion.
Go ahead, man.
I'm just casting Guiding Bolt at 4th level. Where are you? There you are. Wait, no. There you are. Casting that. So
Dennis is
let's-
right there. Why do you keep talking about him in the third person?
I'm not following. What am I saying that's...
I think it's actually the second person. No, there you are. Ooh, where are you at? There you are. Where you at?
Okay. Second person. Yes. Alright, there he is, and it's right there, and there you are. That'll be 26 points of damage to this aspect of chaos, which is possibly halved, because he's got some resistances.
Ravioli.
Not
Give
against
me
that.
the ravioli.
26 points, which goes through in its entirety. So that'll be that, and then let's roll initiative. I think some
22.
folks have already done it. Yeah. So 20 or above. Farkin is at 22. Okay. The aspect is at 21.
Aspect is at 21.
Okay. 15 to 20.
That's the only available Giphy as I found as well. That's the only one.
Nice.
The more you know.
Mm. Oh wait, that's imagination. This is the more you know.
They don't really look like ravioli though. They look more like cauliflower. I'm
They
disappointed.
do look a bit like cauliflower.
My initiative's not been called out yet. It's an 8. So
Okay, 10 to 15.
10.
Yeah,
Okay.
less than that.
Did you roll from Norwin, Rob?
Oh, I didn't. No. What's his initiative bonus again? Do you know offhand?
Not offhand, but I could see it. It's a +1.
No, did you? Oh, you pinged it to me directly. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You good, fam?
He had 10.
Okay, so we got a 10 from a Morthos and a Norwin. And an 8 from Cranmore.
yeah.
Alright, we're gonna get Morthos first, then Norwin, and Cranmore. And they will go first. Okay, cool. So, Farkin, that actually brings us back to you.
So Farkin kind of what was that stupid? You gave me a skill that allows me to actually use an action to roll on the table, right? Via the
Something like that. I don't remember.
weapon or
I think it
something
was
like
one of the
I think it was one of the So I am going to kind of start cackling maniacally and and use my focus to try and channel some of this way too ordered chaos.
Okay.
5. That's weird.
How rare. Did I really fucking close it? I did. Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? 5 is a Modron chosen and controlled by the DM appears in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of you, then disappears 1 minute later.
Alright, roll a d6.
5.
Good, because if you'd rolled a 6, you would have had to re-roll it. Alrighty. Modrons are after liches and after
On fire
lycanthropes.
right now.
It is. It is very much on fire.
Oh, we meant to punch it.
You can still punch
Very carefully.
Okay.
it. Norman can put you out. He can control water.
I'll punch the bit that's not on fire.
All right. An alien and yet machine-looking 5-tentacled creature with spindly metal legs into existence. Just like right next to Farkin. Probably kind of like clashes up against Cranmore a bit. Kind of like stands straight up. And, yeah. Like, takes one look at the aspect of chaos and goes, "Exterminate!" and is just prepared to move towards it.
I wasn't prepared for you, but hi. What's your name?
Exterminate!
Danger Rule Robinson.
I'll name you whatever Elon Musk named his kid.
Unpronounceable glyph. Got it. For reference, it looks like that one.
Great.
Cool. Like a starfish robot?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, from the plane of Mechanus.
Nice. And then it says it's controlled by you, Matt, so I think that means you have to roll for it.
It is, and I'm going to put its initiative order at the bottom like I was going to do for the summons of the other thing, if they come
Cool.
around. So, that's cool. Anything else?
Just a second.
But wait, there's more.
Could spend a sorcery point and cast something as a quicken spell.
No, I don't have Quicken Spell, actually. I have Empower and Twin.
Ah.
But I'm trying to remember if I think Rage is level 2, so I can't rage yet. I don't think.
Yeah, you haven't gotten 2 levels in Barb yet.
Yeah. So I think that's it.
Okay, sounds good. Let me double check actually, just to be sure.
I try and rage a little bit, but I fail because I don't have enough levels in Bard. I just look really angry. Not Bard, Barbarian.
Actually, no, it's first level. You can rage at
All
first
right,
level.
I rage.
On your back, you suddenly feel like a little bit of warmth. And at first you're like, did Farkon pee on me? And then it's just like, no, he's just like exuding heat from the pure rage that is taking over his little body.
This is the opposite of how I am. But I know better than to try to calm him right now.
So I just
We'll
set a
deal with
bitch
this
on
later.
fire. I summoned some weird robot thing, and now I'm embroiling with anger and rage and excitement.
Yep.
Maybe this is his nature, and we'll have a chat later to see if this is his, all his deliberate choice, just to make sure he's.
You okay? You okay, man?
Yeah, this is free will, right? I just want to make sure this is a choice.
No, it's randomness. It's seated.
But you chose the randomness, yeah?
I wish. If I
You
could,
need help.
I could
You need
choose it,
help.
I would have brought back Geralt.
Okay, well, if you need help, you let me know.
The actually, as you rage, the pentadrone
Don't
kind of
tell
like
me-
briefly jolts in its path towards the aspect, turns to you, and then kind of looks between the two of you and turns back to the aspect. All right, so as that ends your turn, let's go to the aspect of chaos that is going to do things.
I think it knows we're here.
All right. The pentadrone, being pretty close to it, is going to take one of its hits, and then it's going to choose randomly between Farkon and Cranmore for the second, and then it'll
Are
cast
we
a
not 90
spell.
feet away?
Huh? I thought
thought
you
we
were
were 90
rushing
feet
towards
away.
it. Oh, your turn hasn't come up yet, so you're still far away.
That's right.
That's true. So it will make 2 attacks against the pentadrone and then cast a spell. Yes.
We are still kind of like Trump, though. We are a little Russian.
All right. That is a natural 1 on the first attack, which misses regardless. So that doesn't matter. Well, let's. I can't actually think of anything for that to do for a fumble, so doesn't matter. The second one, however, is a 19. 19. So that will
Maybe
hit.
As a fumble, maybe as a fumble, it catches on more fire.
No.
It gets confused.
You're dealing enough damage. That is 12 points of slashing damage plus his bonus. So 17. And then...
And then?
10... 5...
No, and then.
So...
And then?
Wow. 32 points total. So slashing damage and then some extra necrotic, which happens to be exactly the pentadrone's HP total. So it slams a claw. Well, first it swipes, and the pentadrone like leaps over the claw, and then it brings a second one across and just swats it out of the air, and the pentadrone just immediately blips out of existence.
This thing pops into existence, doesn't know what the fuck's going on, sees a halfling raging, looks back the other way, gets clawed a couple of times out of nowhere, and just blips out of existence. All within a matter of 6 seconds.
Yep.
That was anticlimactic.
I love it. Okay, so that is his
Dex
multi
save
attack.
17.
Yes, and then at the end of his turn, Dex save 17. Oh wait, sorry, spell before that happens.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. Burger.
Yeah, he's gonna cast magic missile. Magic missile.
Now the misses.
Oh wait, never mind. This is any of his innate spellcasting, not just an at will. Yeah, no, he's gonna go hard.
Go big or go home.
Okay, and that's a big sphere. Oh, wow. Okay, he's gonna censor it on Cranmore and Farkin, and it is easily going to envelop Morthos and Norwin as well as a 60-foot radius sphere of magical darkness just envelops all of you. Even with dark vision, you cannot see through it. And any non-magical light does not illuminate it, nor does any light created by spells of 8th level or lower. So it is just impenetrable darkness. You recall enough that I'm not going to make you take a penalty for going forward towards it. You remember enough of where the actual pathway is. But as this darkness envelops you, it is more than just visual. You actually can hear like gibbering nonsense and shrieking and like cackles like while you are inside of this sphere. It is just a sphere of maddening darkness.
Yeah, that cackle was Joe. He's a good dude.
This thing has quite the overdeveloped sense of humor.
You hear a voice in your ear, fucking, that says, "My name's not Joe. It's Joseph!"
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot.
And, yeah, that will end AOC's turn. And, she will rest her case.
And she will make a dexterity save.
She will. Which she fails. 46.
13 points of fire damage.
Alrighty.
And you're still on fire.
It is still on fire. Cool. That will bring us to Morthos.
Yeah, do I still remember enough to be able to fly in my gaseous form above where it's at and formulate into my form back into my bodily self?
How far can you fly?
10. My flying speed is at 10 feet.
Oh, well, this is a 60-foot radius sphere, so probably not. You might want to ungaseous so that you can move faster.
Am I gonna fall into nothing?
Maybe.
No. Based on how we were talking about you all moving along before, I think you would have been over the vessel you're on, that they're on.
The vessel that's not currently covered in sphere AOC.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'll undo myself into my go back into my bodily form. I want to do my where is it? Come on. My Hexblade's Curse.
Do you have to be able to see the target?
Oh yeah, that I can see within 30 feet. Son of a.
So,
Okay,
dropping gaseous form is takes how much? Like, is it an action? Is it a bonus action? Is it a free action? It should say on the spell.
I think it's a free action. But let me look.
Usually, dispelling your own thing is a free action, right?
Usually, there are particular spells that say like you can dispel this as a bonus action, but they tend to be if they're on other creatures.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So okay, it's concentration, so you could just drop concentration. That
Okay,
gives me
yeah.
the answer I need. Yes, so you could just drop concentration, and after that, you could move your movement speed of 60 feet, and you would get out of the center of the sphere.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay.
And then what do I see?
You will see the aspect of chaos. Well, actually, I guess I should specify. You would have to dash and use your action in order to get out of the sphere. So you then wouldn't also be able to cast a spell.
Dash use action. Oh, and then I.
Because dashing uses up your action. Your speed is 30 feet, so to move
Yep.
60, you gotta dash.
But can I still cast like banishing or I'm sorry, Elder's Oh, that's an action.
If it's a bonus action, you could still cast it.
Yeah. Oh,
Which
I
I think
can
your
cast
hex is.
cursing at least.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
And then I guess that's my turn.
Okay, so Morthos dashes out of the darkness and, seeing his quarry once again, curses it with his Hexblade's curse, bringing us to Norwin.
Given that we really can't see much at this point, we were still pretty far away when the lights went out, right?
Yeah, you were 90 feet.
Oh, okay. So we were like the full distance away.
Yeah. Norwin was actually, yeah, they were probably everybody was about 90 feet away.
All right. Then, given that he knows where everybody, all of his companions were before then, he is going to go ahead and cast Bless at 3rd level on his other 3 companions.
Okay, sounds good. Oh, just so you know,
this is 1st level. Sorry.
Just so you know, the new weapon release that has improved all of your weapons. The new thing for Ofrid is that he can now, instead of just once a day, cast 3 times a day a prepared spell as a bonus action instead of an action.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'd like to use that to actually do Bless as a bonus action.
Cool.
And then he's going to go ahead and would he know that this isn't likely to be dispelled by something?
Yeah, it's a physical creature, so he would know that like just a dispel magic or something wouldn't work against it.
Okay, so he would know like daylight or something wouldn't do much.
Yeah.
Okay.
He might have a sense that like radiant damage might be good against it, although I won't confirm or deny if that's actually the case. But just from his experience, like sometimes Wraith Hearts are susceptible to radiant, so that could be a thing.
All right. Then he is going to, based upon what he remembers, he's going to go ahead and cast Spiritual Weapon in what he remembers the vicinity of this thing to be.
What's the range on Spiritual Weapon?
Oh, it's only 60 feet, so he'll get it close.
Yeah, he'll cast it at the edge of his range, which will be about movement away from it.
I've already used the bonus action anyway, based upon that thing. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Well, actually, I would say don't use the charge. Cast spiritual weapon as the bonus action, and bless is the action.
that works.
Cool. Alrighty. So that will bring us to Cranmore.
Yeah. So how far away are we?
90 feet.
90 feet. Yep. My movement's only 70. Trying to remember the rules here. So I think what I'd like to do is get out of the darkness, and so that's enough. I have enough movement to get out of the sphere,
Mm-hmm.
and I, as a bonus,
If you spend a key point, you can dash as a bonus action.
yes, as a
It's
bonus.
a 90-foot radius. Yeah.
Yeah, what I'd rather do is use my patient defense because I can't get close enough to do any attack. I like if I dash as a bonus, I can then attack, and then we're basically prone. We're right there.
Mm-hmm.
But what I could do instead is get close and have my patient defense up so that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm gonna move cast sanctuary and patient defense. So I'm gonna be very hard to hit until I'm ready to get hit, or until I'm close enough to.
Okay.
So he may so patient defense will help both of us. Sanctuary only really helps me. He can still kind of flick you off of me.
I was actually going to ask if Sanctuary was an area of effect or if it's just you.
It's not the writing of it's not clear. So I mean I would like to say that Sanctuary should be for both of us.
I'm going to look it up.
But I don't know if, in the spirit of things, if I've got a raging halfling on my back,
Throw me at it.
Tranquil.
Make a attack roll. Use me as an improvised weapon.
If I can either attack and be open to attacks, or I can get close and be difficult to hit, and then on the next round.
So it is specifically the effects of the Sanctuary spell, right?
Right.
So it is a creature within range of the attack.
Yeah, but on the monk thing, it says like you cast it on yourself.
Right. So the reason I say a creature would mean it's not an aura, it's not an area of effect. It is on you.
Yeah. So and since it's by virtue of me being tranquil,
right,
and not necessarily a magic thing, then I think I've got my tranquility. You know, walking through this madness cloud and maintaining my own sense of self and not succumbing to it. I come through the cloud with my tranquility and with patient defense.
I'm an idiot and actually forgot about the very spell that I cast. I need everybody to make by everybody I mean Morthos, Norwin, and Cranmore to make what are they? Wisdom saving throws. If I forget that in the future, it'll be on me, and you will not take the damage. But because it's a new creature I'm playing with, I'm giving myself one pass.
Norman got 19.
I got a 14.
Okay.
If that's not enough, I want to use my inspiration point.
It is not enough.
Then how do I use my inspiration point here?
You also have bless on you, so you can use you can roll another 1d4.
It will still not be enough. He'll still want to use inspiration. So you just roll with advantage when you use the point of inspiration. Or are you talking about the bardic inspiration I gave you for roleplay?
The bardic inspiration you gave me for roleplay.
Okay, in that case,
you pass.
Almost certainly, because that's an extra, I think, D8?
Okay, so that's just adding the DD8 gives me I rolled 6 on that, so I have a total of 20 now.
Okay, that's enough to pass.
Good.
Alrighty, so you pass.
Part of
Norwin passes.
my graceful wise character failing graceful wise things.
Yeah, it would be a little against flavor. I'm glad you passed. Morthos, what about you? You are muted. In Discord.
I was wondering why you weren't responding to me. I got a 20.
20. Alright, those are all 3 passes, so you will each take half damage.
Oh, joy.
Alright. Half of 31, so each of you will take 15 points of psychic damage from being in the maddening cloud of darkness. It takes its toll on all who enter.
Glad I got out of that one.
Yes, indeed. Alrighty. Cranmore, though, continue your turn, please. You were,
Oh, I've got Sanctuary and Patient Defense as I step through the madness cloud.
Okay, yes, that is action and bonus action, sorry. Cool. He is not done. Actually, at the end of your turn, he is going to use one of his action-oriented villain actions. And so you see this mass kind of pulsate, and it all like raises in frequency to like this like, and then out of the black like sludge almost spurts this undead like skeletal creature with an aura of magic about it, and then a second one follows immediately after. There are now 2 more combatants to contend with, and they are going to take their turns at the end of the initiative order, which is now. Okay, so they are going to each move forward. Ooh, nice. Okay. Yeah, Grave Bolts. Good shit. So they're basically warlocks, but bad. And each of them are going to cast 2 Grave Bolts at various targets. I think everybody is out of the darkness now. So, yeah, it's 4 bolts total, 4 of you. Easy. 1 at each. So first one's going to go to Farkin. That is an 11. The second one is going to go to Morthos. That is a 19.
That hits.
Okay, third one's going to go to Cranmore. That is a 15. And the fourth one...
there's a bunch of things that has to do to try to hit me. Anyway.
Oh, that's true. Oh, that's right. You have
Was this-
Sanctuary.
I'm sorry,
so
what did it
we'll
send my way? What
Uh,
did it send my way? Was it-
It's a Eldritch Blast, but not really. But you're right. It wouldn't be able to send it at you.
Okay, just in case it does, I want to know if something I can catch and throw back at it.
It is not a projectile per se. It's like a spell.
Ah! You never send projectiles at us.
I know. I'm sorry. I'll try and make that a feature in one of the next fights. So instead, what are we gonna do?
You already called it. It goes against him and it just fizzes out.
Well, it would have to roll in order to. I think it's literally it has to roll in order to even attack him. So
Yeah,
if
there's a
it's-
saving throw to
I think-
even attack me.
So it wouldn't
So
even it wouldn't use its
DC is
action
17.
doing that. It would just like
Yeah.
be like, I can't. Okay.
Well, that means it can't attack me at all. Then
right.
like
So
ever.
I'm saying it goes against something else. Like it's not gonna go for
Okay.
you. Wait, it only gets 1 chance. It's not each time it tries to attack you.
Until the spell ends, any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack must make a Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature must choose a new target, or yeah, it looks like you get 1 shot.
That's not how I
It
read
doesn't-
that wording.
It doesn't specify. It says so if the warded creature makes an attack or casts a spell, the spell ends. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think the makes an attack is what says it's every time.
Yeah.
Because every time.
You know what? You're right.
That's
The
how
warded
I would
creature-
read it.
Okay,
Okay.
that's fair.
That said, it's not even going to try. Well, it might
Okay.
try, but it's gonna fail its save because it's not that wise. And it's just gonna go for a second one at 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. At Morthos. No, actually at Farkin. I miscounted.
But I'm on top of the guy that he can't attack.
Yeah, so he's the nearest target for you to redirect, or you're the nearest target for him to redirect to. So that one's a 20. So you'll get one hit. Morthos will get one hit.
Shield, bitches!
And okay, shield puts you above a 20.
Uh, There's one
Or
thing
at a
though.
20.
It's
No,
at
above.
it should be at disadvantage to hit Farkin too, because I also took patient defense.
That's true.
I'm dodging. It's coming anywhere near me. I'm dodging, so it has to roll twice to try to hit Farkin.
Yeah. Well, the
Any-
second one was actually better, so it's
Okay.
a 20. But if you cast shield, what does that put you at?
That puts me at 21 or 22.
Okay,
So
that's
the
enough then.
barbarian thing adds my Constitution modifier now as well. So I'm actually my base AC is Farkin is now 16 or 17. I forget. I think it's 17.
Nice. Kick ass,
Yeah.
man. All right. Yeah. So that'll
As
miss.
a wild magic sorcerer, my AC is 17. I don't get that, but okay.
That's crazy. That's awesome. All right. So then both of them will actually miss Farkin. And Norwin is also missed
Wee.
with a 15. So Morthos is the only one who gets hit.
I'm channeling my Cranmore.
And you take 19 points of necrotic damage, and I need you to make a strength save.
$14.
That is not enough. You are
That
now
does
restrained
not sound like a good roll.
as the grave bolt impacts you. From the point of impact, these black shadowy tendrils shoot out and anchor themselves to the ground, kind of rendering you mostly immobile.
Can you still cast your spells?
I think he might be at disadvantage. Let me check. Restrained, can't benefit from any bonus speed. Speed becomes 0. Creatures' attack rolls have disadvantage, and you have disadvantage on dex saves. So you attack, but at disadvantage. You can use your action to attempt to throw it off. And I will tell you, you weren't far from the DC. You just weren't quite there.
He gets blessed though, right?
That's true. He would get bless.
So the 1d4, because Norin cast it on the other 3, not himself.
Correct. You want to add a D4 to that, Morthos? It's not an expendable resource. You just can add it to every single roll you make. So go for it.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah,
Unless
Brian
you're
was
okay being
impressed, but he should.
4.
You got a 4 on the D4?
I got a 4 on the D4.
Okay, so those bolts snap out and anchor themselves, and you just like pull and drop your headset onto your face and shrug it off. The tendrils snap, and you are not restrained.
Badass.
Hell yeah.
FYI, bless applies to attack rolls and saving throws.
Yes, not ability checks, but the other two D20 roll categories.
Yep.
You said attack, not damage, just attack and
Correct.
saves.
Attack and saves. Yep.
Okay.
Alrighty. So that'll be the Deathlock's turns, which will bring us back to Farkin. Because your
Oh, what
Maldrum died.
happened to my Morlock? Oh, that's right. It vanished
Smack!
within 6 seconds.
Excellent.
Throw me!
So you're holding your action until I throw you?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice. Alright, cool. The aspect of chaos goes next. It is going to... so typically it would have a speed. It does not have a speed. So it is just going to... you got 30 feet away from it, right, Cranmore?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the math.
So nobody is in melee range of it, because where did Morthos end up getting to? Oh, he just came out of the
I got
sphere
rid
and then cast Hexblade's Curse.
yeah, right.
Right. And
Yes.
yeah, so everybody is 30 feet away from it still, so nothing's in melee range. So yeah, he's just gonna cast another spell. He is going to cast actually two. One of his at-wills and one of his regular spells. So he's going to cast Magic Missile, sending, I would say, 2 bolts at Norwin and 2 bolts at Morthos. So they're going to hit because they're Magic Missile. And it is, goodness gracious, 1d4 plus 1? Yeah. So, d4. Oh, sorry, 3rd level, 3 darts. So 2 at Morthos, 1 at Norwin. So Morthos, you are taking 7 points of force damage, and Norwin is taking 3. As it.
But I am
plink,
also
plink.
going to cast as a reaction Armor of Hexes.
Okay.
And you can use reaction to roll a d6 on a 4 or higher. The attack instead misses you.
Nice.
Can it
Is that
reflect
me
back
who
on
rolled?
the
You.
attacker? Because that'd be pretty awesome. Awesome.
I think there's some magic items that do that, but I don't think the Armor of Hexes does. I actually think that Norwin could feasibly do it with his snail shield.
Yeah, it still hits me.
Okay. Alas. Yeah, if you want to... Oh, no, it's only if you succeed on a saving throw or a spell attack misses, so the shield would not help Norwin in this case. Okay, so that damage is still applied, and then the aspect is going to use one of its real spells, its other high-level one, and it's going to cast Firestorm.
I didn't hear what the damage was.
7 on you. 4 and 3.
Hate
Oh.
Alright,
Darn fire.
yeah. The aspect of chaos is going to cast a firestorm, summoning sheets of roaring flame. That's an interesting description. I don't like it. They're going to be more like small fireballs, basically. And not actually that small, because that's a lot of damage.
They'll have a lot of momentum.
Maybe if the small
Well, the
fireballs
energy-
actually aren't small, they're going to be large fireballs, but they're more like
I
a
see,
sheet, but not
I
a
see.
sheet
I see. So
because
it's
they're
gonna.
not covering.
You all are very close together, so it's going to be able to get all of you in the area. And I would like to have all of you make dexterity saving throws, which Morthos does not have disadvantage on because he was blessed and was able to shake off the restraining.
You said dex save?
Yes, and Cranmore, your evasion stuff will come into play with this as it is a dex save.
Yes.
Where did my dice go?
Did you say that I don't get disadvantage because of bless, or does that mean I don't get the plus the 1d4 roll?
No.
On top of it?
All I was saying was that your bless allowed you to save against the restraining thing from the last attack, so you're good.
Oh, gotcha.
And you can use bless on this as well.
18.
So I suspect
Which I
all
will.
of you will save, but still be half damage.
13 actually.
Ooh.
I got a 20.
And I rolled a 4. And I rolled a 4 on the d4. I still got only 13.
18 for Farkin and 11 for Norwin.
Okay. Farkin and Cranmore pass. Morthos and Norwin do not. So that is 20, 34. So 34 points of fire damage if you failed, or 17 if you passed, and if you also happen to have evasion, I believe you take 0.
Yes.
So Cranmore just, like, like ninja fades out of the spot he's in for a moment. The fire impacts and then he like zips back in.
Where'd you go?
I think that helps Farkin too.
No, Farkin just like sits in the floor.
Good, but it probably doesn't.
But he's
You
mounted.
said 14.
It's still separate deck saves.
Okay.
I
I mean,
so
that's why I have it mounted, so it's mounted combat, so that I am responsible for the movement.
here, I'll give Farkin advantage. Didn't Farkin save anyway?
I passed anyway, so it's not like
Okay.
I'm not going to take less.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
Yeah.
The difference between
yeah.
Yeah.
So you already helped me out, let's say, but
Yeah.
17 unfailed.
Okay, thank you.
Alrighty. So
fire
yes, 17 on 34 on failed. 17 on pass.
No.
That was fire.
Oh, yeah, never mind. Yes, thank you.
Yes, fire damage.
Way.
All good.
I take half of that resistance.
Sweet. So 17. So Norwin is the only one who takes full damage.
Ooh.
Still not looking that great.
Unfortunate. What's his HP at?
Norwin,
Yeah.
Yeah.
39.
Okay. All right. Not terrible. Cool.
He's doing better than me.
So that's his turn. And yeah, that'll be that. Cool. So that'll bring us to Morthos. What you up to?
So let's see here. I'm 30 feet away, you said?
Yes. The
Yeah, so I can get
Deathlocks
within-
are a bit closer if you want to focus them. They're maybe only 20 feet away from you.
Okay, so I will go towards one of the, you said death clocks?
Deathlocks. It's Warlock, but with
Deathlock.
death instead of war. It's really weird. But now I kind of
so I will
want them
go-
to be death clocks, so let's just say they're death clocks.
You're running out of time.
Clocks ticking.
So I'll go towards one of the death clocks, and I'm gonna use the poison spray against them, which is
Okay.
a 15 Constitution save.
Okay. He fails, but succeeds by nature of the fact that he's undead and poison doesn't do anything to him.
Hit him with your hammer. Or axe thing.
I just used an action.
We're
But
surrounded
now
by
you have
chaos.
information.
Yeah.
Now I have information.
Owen, on the other
I
hand.
can cast Hex on him.
Okay. Hexed he
I'll do
is.
that.
Alrighty.
That's my turn.
Cool. Norwin is up.
These are undead, right? So he's a cleric.
Yeah.
We're out of the thing now, right?
Yes, you are out of the darkness. The maddening
Cool.
darkness is behind you. And he has dropped concentration on it as well.
This Colossus must have wicked heartburn right now. Oh, what's going on in there? It's like my chest is on fire.
Move anywhere, so I don't think turn undead would really do anything at this point.
Wouldn't it destroy them, possibly?
No.
Okay.
They have to be very weak, and he has to be a very high-level cleric for it to actually start to kill things.
Yeah. Even then, it only kills things that are really low level.
Yeah.
And turning them is not good enough right now?
It would
The
try and run away.
Deathlocks could. The other
Oh,
thing
good
cannot
call.
be turned. 'Cause
Yeah,
it
I
can't
forgot
move.
about the other ads. Yep. Yeah, so he is going
That'd be worth
to channel divinity to turn undead.
Okay, what's the save?
Wisdom 17.
Okay. One of them passes, one of them fails.
All right.
Excellent.
So the one that failed, right? It's just running away. But...
Yeah, it just books it. It's just like, and it just turns and starts going.
And then as a bonus action, I am going to move my spiritual weapon. Well, it was. I don't think I was. I can only move it 20 feet, so I'm still a little bit of ways away from the massive shit.
The other
But-
Deathlock would be in range, though.
Oh, would it? Okay, then I'll move
Yep.
it there, and
Cool.
I will strike
I
with
think you can
my
attack
spiritual
on the same
weapon.
turn, yeah?
Yep. Shit. It doesn't give me the ability to do this since I don't own his sheet. Let me go over to the thing.
Oh, I can roll it if you want.
Oh, cool. Yeah, just, if you wouldn't mind rolling the spiritual weapon attack for me.
Sure. It's, what level spell is it?
It's a
Second?
+9. Yeah, so it's...
Cool. Alright, that is a 22 to hit, so definitely hits the Deathlock. And he deals 11 points of damage, assuming that you only cast it at second level. Did you?
Yes. Yeah, I
Okay.
did.
Cool. Alright, so 11 points of radiant... Radiant? No, force. Force damage
Yeah.
to the Deathlock. And it is damaged.
Damaged. Dommaged.
Cool. So the scroll with the sigil of Ogma inscribed in it just like spectrally shifts over and then slams into the Deathlock, dealing a bit of damage to it, which will bring us to Cranmore's turn.
Where did you want to get tossed to?
To the big mass that I set on fire.
He cannot
let's
make
just
the
go-
jump. You'll have to toss him.
What if we just go together?
That's fine too.
So I'm going to charge this thing and slam into it with my magic self.
Okay.
Or equivalent of that.
I'm going to attack it with my awesomeness.
All right, so Cranmore kind
My
of rears
body
up
is a
and then
weapon.
gallops forward, and Farkin kind of like jousting poses with his staff, and then like at the very last second is like, this isn't how to use a quarterstaff, and just brings it about and smacks it, as Cranmore plows into the thing, into the heart and the creature attached to it.
Does a 26 hit?
Oh yeah,
The 24 hit.
yes,
Okay.
no,
I would ask.
it'd be terrifying.
Hold up. I'm going to get all this together.
Oh, I forgot to. When I cast Hex, I get to choose an ability that he gets disadvantage on checks.
Ah, yes, that's true. What would you like to disadvantage him for?
That's like Dex or Wisdom and stuff like that, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So Dexterity.
Okay, and it was the aspect, right? It wasn't one of the Deathlocks?
It was the Death Clock.
Oh, it was? Okay, cool.
That was.
Right, you did Hexblade's Curse on the other one.
Right.
Does a 19 hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so here's what happened. I slam into him and do 18 points of damage. I then go for my second attack and do 13 points of damage. That's a total of 31 points.
Mm-hmm.
I'm then going to use my bonus action for patient defense.
Okay. You patiently
At this
defend.
point, and Farkin is now, without being tossed, present at the beast. The chaos.
very
Well, that's no fun.
It's not as fun. Right now, I'm not trying to be fun. I'm trying to watch out for whether or not I get to heal Morthos
Wait,
or Norwin.
can
or...
a halfling barbarian fastball special himself?
Fastfall?
Fastball special, where the barbarian chucks the halfling.
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question.
I want
don't
this to
think I can
happen.
check myself.
I want you to figure out a way to use catapult to chuck yourself.
I will try. You know what? Now that I have a staff, I'm pretty sure I can figure it out.
Yes, I think so.
Like pole vault myself.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We're gonna make this a feat that fucking takes in the next couple sessions.
So, with my so with my 2 attacks that I get, I'm gonna whack him twice with the staff for a total of 30 damage since I'm raging.
Okay. And you asked me on the first hit. What was the second roll? I'm assuming it was as good or better then.
It was 26 on the second one.
Okay, cool. So 31 points, you said?
30 total. And
Oh,
then
30
I'm looking
total.
for something to do on my bonus action.
Okay.
I think I have. Yeah, I can do my. I think I can do Windstorm my bonus action. Yeah, let me do that. That one's only a 13, though. I think I still have to roll the bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Right, with Windstorm, I still have to roll that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 13.
That does not hit.
Okay, cool. So then I am done.
Okay.
I am still raging, though. I am a raging inferno.
Yes, you are. You're actually like flurrying among the flames, so you really are like a raging inferno because the fire is
That's
like
fair.
licking around you.
That's a good point.
Um.
Actually, just a second. Just because the should of it, why not do this? Yeah. Let me do a couple of these real quick. I'm gonna use my special skill thing from Baram to add another 7 damage to that. So
Nice.
that is 37 total.
Okay. He is looking hurt now. The
that's
black mass is actually beginning to sort of slurp back along the vessels and like concentrate itself around the heart, like it's retracting and trying to protect itself.
Now, my feet are in contact with the Colossus heart or organ leading up to it. So I'd also like to just get a sense of how the heart is doing underneath this chaos thing.
Good call.
If you're trying to do it just so without taking an action to examine it, I need you to make the check with disadvantage, but please make a medicine check.
Let's see. Oh man, it's a
That works.
I got a 20
shit out of it.
Nice.
Hold on, but it's at disadvantage. 10.
That's awesome.
I had a 25, but it's a 10 because it's a disadvantage.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's difficult to get a bead on it in the midst of combat. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. I
Okay.
just don't want to hurt the Colossus while we're trying to help the Colossus.
Right.
Yeah.
So you two, Farkin and Cranmore, are right up against the aspect of chaos. Morthos, where are you again? Are you adjacent to one of the death locks?
Yeah, I'm next to one of the death clocks.
And then Norwin stayed a bit back and turned the undead, right? So he's still a bit away.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Alrighty, sounds good.
There's no board we're looking at, right?
There is none. Yes. It's a small enough area and hard enough to make a map that looks like intestines that I was like, I'm not even gonna bother trying.
What perspective do you think that from?
Right. Okay, so at the end of Cranmore's turn, it is going to use its second round legendary, AO action. And he and the other undead that is not turned are going to cast cantrips. So the... I hate that. I hate that Chill Touch is not a touch range spell. However, Poison Spray is close range, so yeah, he's actually going to cast Poison Spray right back at you, Morthos, and you are not immune to it. So you need to make a Constitution save.
With bless.
Yes, with bless.
With bless.
Hashtag blessed.
That's only third round, right after that.
Hmm.
So that's 10.
A 10 is a failure.
And
You take a whopping 2 points of poison damage. Cantrips. And then the Aspect of Chaos is going to cast one of its cantrips. It is going to cast Ray of Frost at Norwin. So a frigid beam of blue-white light streaks out of his hand, shooting towards Norwin.
And can I react to that cantrip with Hellish Rebuke?
You can, but since I've already started the attack, let me do the one on Norwin first. That'll be a 21 to hit Norwin, which I believe will hit. And he is a what level spellcaster?
6th. Yes. No.
Sorry, I was talking about the aspect.
Oh. Well, then don't ask me.
A 15th. So that is where are you? Damn it. Ray of Frost. So 3d8.
That hurts. You know you don't have to do all that 3D.
It is 15 points of cold damage to Norwin.
You can scale it back if you want, just saying.
Nope, sure can't.
You sure?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Figured I'd ask, you know.
Oh, actually, it should be. It should also be 2d12 on Norwin or on Morthos. Ooh, and the second one was a 12, so it's actually 14 points of poison damage. You may also Hellish Rebuke.
And this is against the death clock that's near me, or the
Yes.
It's good. Okay, so it's a dex save
Okay.
for Hellish Rebuke at disadvantage because I hexed you.
Yes, you did. That is a 9. Guessing that fails.
That is a fail. So 3d10.
All right, nice. So much ink.
So much anger.
Ink.
For a total of 10.
Okay. Little below
Gotta
average
get
there, but it's okay.
Terminator's in.
Okay. That is his action-oriented legendary action, which will bring us now to the death clocks. The death clock swipes out with its hour and its minute hand and attempts to slash at you, Morthos. He does not get a multi-attack. It's just the one. Actually, is there anything that he has that's touch range? Hold on.
He can reach out and touch Faith. Do. Sorry, it's getting late.
You're good. Yes, it is. Shit, we should wrap this up. Yeah, he's just gonna deathly claw you. That is a 25 to hit. So I'm guessing that does hit.
That hits.
13 points of necrotic damage as the hour hand passes through your armor and sort of deals like spectral damage to your soul.
I did forget anybody.
I thought you were saying death lock, not death clock.
I was, but then Morthos was, or Jesse thought it was death clock, so I was just like, fuck it, let's go with it. I 100% was saying death lock, but now it's a death clock.
Okay.
Do I get my extra hex damage on a reaction when it says I get it for any time I hit with an attack?
Yep.
I think so.
Oh, I should have rolled a d6 for that as well.
Go for it.
Or is that... Okay, sweet. Six.
Nice.
Nice.
Alrighty. Good shit.
Yeah.
So...
Good shit. Well, I'm looking bad, by the way.
Farkin, you're up.
Okay.
Norwin, remind yourself the next time you're up, you need to heal somebody.
Womp
So
womp.
standing on top of this thing now,
Mm-hmm.
I am going to. It's been taking some damage from my fires as is.
Yes, it has. Oh,
Um,
right. It didn't make
we
it
need
at the
to
end of
roll
its last
against
turn.
that.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is a. It's a what kind of save?
Dex,
That is a 17.
it passed.
Okay.
So now I'm going to Cone of Cold it.
Okay. So it's a con save for this one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, it's got a good con save, but it didn't roll well. That is a 14.
It did not pass.
No, it did not. Roll them
So
sweet,
that
sweet
is-
d8s.
34 cold damage.
Nice. Alrighty. Yeah, it's looking hurt.
And I think the way that works. No, never mind. I'm still no. Yeah, I'm no longer raging.
You attacked something.
Yes, but I cast a spell.
It has to be a melee attack, really. Like if.
Yeah, but it's
Huh.
like you can't cast or concentrate on spells while raging. So I take down the rage, right, and I focus and
I
cast a
did
spell.
not know that actually. That's interesting. Okay.
I knew the can't concentrate thing, but I didn't realize it was cast spells either until I was reading it to make sure. And so yeah.
Huh. All right. Okay. You are unraged. But deal a significant amount of damage with your Cone of Cold. Excellent. Anything else?
I am going to thumb my nose at it.
I bite my thumb at you, sir. I bite my thumb, sir.
Manners.
Excellent. So it'll be the aspect of Chaos's turn next, but this turn it's going to be the aspect of Cold, because in a tit-for-tat worthy of that Deathlock that cast Poison Spray after getting Poison Sprayed, he's got a Cone of Cold after getting Cone of Colded.
Okay, yeah, that's gonna hurt. Point blank, not good.
So I
This
need.
thing lacks imagination.
It does. It does. I think it's gonna hit everybody. It's a 60-foot cone. So yeah, you've all been kind of frontal assaulting it, so that's gonna hit everybody. Everybody make a con save.
Oh god.
Morthos might be going
Anyway.
down.
I got Farkin got a 28.
Damn.
Fail.
No, I said damn.
Oh,
Damn.
I'm like, hold on a second.
Yeah, DC 50.
I got a 9.
Okay, that is a failure.
Oof,
I
that
got a
is
15.
not good, Norwin.
15 from Morthos.
Norwin got
Maybe he'll roll 3 ones on the damage.
Okay, so all right.
Is that a fail?
That's a fail for everybody but Farkin. So Farkin, kind of immediately seeing the same aspects of the spell he casts, is like prepped for it. Nobody else recognizes it and are caught off guard.
You guys included your D4s, right?
That's a good question.
Yes.
Did you bless? Okay. Bless up. Oh! Okay.
Oh.
That was a high damage roll.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what was that? Norwin
Is
did
it
not.
more than a 3? If it's a more than a 3, I'm down.
It's a 46?
Wait, 3d8 gets you
Fantastic.
46?
No, it's 8d8.
Cone of Cold is 8d8
Huh.
at its base level.
Yep.
How many?
Yeah.
46?
46.
Why didn't Farkin do that?
I did 34.
He did.
Jesus
He did
Christ.
pretty.
Is
He
that
did.
Oh,
He
okay,
did better
okay.
than average. Just this was 2 8s and 3 7s, and then a 5, a 3, and a 1. was just a ridiculously good roll.
You know, Harkin, you could learn a thing or two from
more
this guy.
damage.
Hey, do I get bless on a death save too?
No,
No, nothing can modify a death save, actually.
it goes away from you. Actually, you no longer have bless.
Yeah, because everything just fades when you go unconscious. Except, like, a very select
Well,
few things.
Is no one unconscious?
Norwin's unconscious as well. Yes.
Oh, no.
Yeah. He was going to use his next term to trying to heal everybody, but he didn't make it that long.
Oh, man. Shit. Okay, let's see how this goes, guys.
This reminds me of the time we had to fight on that bridge. Okay, on the wall.
Go shove a good berry down somebody's mouth, Cranmore.
He can do a
Yeah, I
bit
wish
more
we-
than that.
We had a druid in the party that could help right now.
You can't hurt more than that.
That's
It's either
true.
0 or complete dead.
That's true. Okay. So, that's his spell. He still has 2 attacks to make. So, Cranmore, they're both going to be on you because you are the physically biggest threat. So one of those is a 28. The other one is an 18.
Yeah. I took dodge.
That's true. So disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay, so that brings the first one down to a 25, and the second one is still an 18.
Yeah. Only one of them hits.
Okay, cool. All right. So that is. Okay, that is 26 points of damage. Some of it slashing, some necrotic.
I'm down.
What?
That's 46 points. The only way I would argue on the rules is when we went through that cloud and I took 15 points of damage. There was a save. I have this resistance to Wraithheart Stare, but I don't know if that's the same thing.
It is not, unfortunately.
Yeah, so the 15 points from that, the 46 from the Cone of Cold, and the 26 from this thing takes me to -2.
Okay.
Oh man.
All right.
We all gotta die.
Okay. Morthos, make a death save.
This isn't good.
My next action was to get Norwin up.
Uh-huh.
17.
17 is a
It's
pass.
a straight.
All right. Norwin makes a death save.
Make the death.
Sorry, getting over to that tab.
It's okay.
No.
Failure.
No, crit failed.
Crit failed?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Okay. That is 2 failures for Norwin.
It's not good.
Cranmore.
What's the death save? It's just a straight D20 with no modifiers?
Straight D20.
Yeah.
10 is the DC.
Okay.
Or,
Okay.
Yeah,
I
10.
got a 16.
okay, that's a pass. Doesn't one of you have a periapt of some kind?
A what?
I feel like I gave somebody a... Oh, no. Never mind. That was the... Okay.
Thanks for taunting us, though.
Thanks for what?
Taunting us.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so the death clock has only one target remaining. It's gonna go over and try and hit Farkin.
No!
That's a 9.
It misses.
Yeah, it misses.
And then I thumb my nose at it. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. That'll bring us back to you, Farkin.
All right, I'm gonna try it, guys. If this fails, it's not my fault. I am going to polymorph myself into a unicorn and use Healing Touch on Cranmore.
Okay. All right. I mean, you've seen a unicorn before, so you polymorph into a unicorn, and yeah, cool.
2d8 plus 2. Let me roll that real quick. And I'm a unicorn now.
I'm a unicorn now.
Bitch, I'm a unicorn.
You have 10 health now, Cranwar.
Excellent, thank you.
And you also are free of diseases and poisons.
That's cool because I'm immune to that stuff anyway. But I like,
Excellent.
but I'm not going to take away from your glam. So
I am a very pretty looking unicorn too, by the way.
Gorgeous.
I'm very stylish.
Absolutely
I have-
gorgeous.
I come to wondering what the hell is going on. I
His-
remember,
Honestly, Cranmore, you're a bit jealous of Farkin's
Yeah.
mane. Like, just a bit. It's glorious.
I don't know. It's not in my nature to have jealousy, just appreciation.
That's fair. That's fair.
Um,
So do I get my turn this round?
You
go
will,
after
yeah.
me, so yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay, cool.
Is there anything else you can do
Well,
as the
fuck it.
unicorn in a
Fine.
turn?
I totally can. Yes, I can take a legendary action.
Doesn't
I am
that have to be at the end of somebody else's turn?
choosing only one that can be used at a time and only at the end of another creature's turn. You're right. Okay, sorry. Yep.
Okay, cool. So it is going to be the aspect of Chaos's turn.
Sorry, I'm not.
It already
I'm
hit
not
me.
having legendary actions to use.
Huh?
The aspect of chaos already went, and that's why I was down.
Yeah, that was last turn.
That was
Everybody
last
was
turn.
dead, so it was 3 death
I
saves and the
see.
round restarted. So Farkin's top
Okay.
of the order. Aspect goes next. And seeing the unicorn is going to be like, what the fuck? And just try and attack you 3 times.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, the first one's a 25.
That's gonna hit.
The second is a crit fail.
That one misses. And hits
Surely
itself.
there's a consequence for that.
And
Or
does...
hits one of its death clocks.
Yeah, and the crit fail turns into a crit on the deathlock.
That works.
What?
And then an 18 on the third. Does that hit?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So 2 hits on you, a crit on the deathlock. I think
Unicorns are known for their armor.
the deathlock is about to die, but we'll do your damage first. 58 and... Okay, so that is not a very good roll on its part. It's only 10 on that, and then 22 points of damage between slashing and necrotic on the first one, and what is that? And 24 points of damage on the second one.
What kind of are either one of those poison?
No, they're slashing and necrotic.
Okay.
And then on the deathlock, it's let's see. 59 plus
That hurts. I'm glad it wasn't on me.
Right.
I'm happy that crit's out of the way. I hope that doesn't happen again.
10 plus 20. That's 79.
You don't
So
have
is
to
it-
roll at all if the deathlock just dies.
It's gonna be close. Oh no, it's not actually, because that's okay, that's plenty. All right, the deathlock dies. Yeah, it's like 80 something, and the deathlock had HP left in the 70s. So, bye.
Bye-bye.
So one of it just like you see this huge wind up, and it like slams this claw down, and you just dodge out of the way, and Morthos takes like a slight step back, and it just
rolls
overestimates and
unconsciously.
just just splats the deathlock.
Noise.
Okay, so that's a thing that happened.
I flop over since I'm
Yep.
down.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you just.
Um,
All right, and then it's gonna be Morthos' turn. So make a death save.
no one pulled him back from the dead once. He can do it again.
If Norwin survives.
That's a fail.
Okay, 1 and 1.
Oh, shit.
All right, Rob.
I
Do
gotta
you
pass this.
do you feel comfortable rolling this for Brian?
I do.
Okay.
Unless I fail it, in which case I'm gonna say, "Wow, I don't feel comfortable rolling it anymore."
Is there a legendary
Do you-
action you can take?
Do you want me to roll it instead?
Hold on, there might be. Give me a second. That's a good question. I might be able to fix this.
Oh, that's true. Yes, you have a legendary action at the end of.
No, the heal is only for self on legendary action.
Oh.
It's just heal self.
You could still do that. You took a bit of damage.
Yeah, I guess it's my turn. So I'll probably do that. Yeah, so I'll heal myself for the 11 damage.
Okay.
But that doesn't help Norwin right now.
It does not.
Um,
Do you want to roll or do you want me to roll?
In general, it's
I've
bad
killed
form to let a
BCs
character
before.
die when they can't even play them.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you roll, Matt.
Okay.
I don't want to be the guy who kills him.
I'm glad I rolled this die. This is my crit die.
Did you roll a crit succeed?
Yep.
So he's half and half right now.
No, he pops back to
crit
1.
succeed stabilizes.
Oh,
He is at 1 HP.
Yeah. Yay!
So, just like God's intervention, Norman.
Divine.
Ow! Fuck! But is alive.
That hurt.
I think it's my turn now.
It is Cranmore's turn.
What I'd like to do, I
You're
see that.
waking up to a unicorn over top of you.
Yeah, like this is pretty righteous. If I pause for a fraction of a second to appreciate the majesty of this unicorn.
All right, that's a free action, but don't do it again.
A fraction of a moment of a, in my 6 seconds.
I know, I'm messing around.
So, what I want to do is, I see that Norwin is up
Mm-hmm.
and Morthos is down, and so my instinct is to go pick up Morthos.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Am I allowed to disengage and heal?
I think if you do your Step of the Wind,
Yeah. I'm willing to spend 2 key points to do it.
okay, then you can do
So
it.
there's okay, and I run to Morthos and sort of shield him with my own body while giving him
Meat shield
what is
hug.
it? Yeah, Morthos, what is it to get you up to full?
80.
You're back up to full.
Does that leave you with 30 in your pool?
With 30.
That is a really powerful healing feature.
Especially as it grows with my character, but I can never use it on myself.
Still, I mean, it's as like healing classes go, that can do more individually targeted healing than I think anything Norwin can do at this level.
Yeah.
I think the only
And
one
then you have the level 11 ability, which is completely useless.
is paladins for lay on hands.
Well,
so.
we've talked about making it stronger. I guess I
Yeah,
don't think
and
we
we
came
could-
to an actual conclusion, but
We could nerf the healing a little bit and make the.
I don't feel the
emissary
need to
thing
nerf the
something.
healing. I really don't.
Right.
It's good that it's powerful, I think.
So that's my thing is
Yep.
I'm meat shielding Morthos a bit. I've got my 10 hit points. He's got his 80.
Yeah, I'll actually say
And,
because you're a large creature, the aspect cannot see Morthos now.
Good.
Alrighty. So is that your
And I
turn?
whisper to Morthos, get him.
Is that your turn?
Yeah.
All right, Farkin, you're
I
up.
can't do anything.
I am
Oh
going.
wait, the deathlock
to...
goes. The
Okay.
splatter,
done.
the splatter on the floor kind of
deathlock-
shifts a little bit. It's Farkin's turn.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't the deathlock still trying to? Well, no, because yeah.
My blood pressure.
It got splatted. It's super dead. Like
Ah.
it kind of like, and like you see a little bit of blood like splat out of one of the arteries, and then it just. Go ahead.
I am going to leap over to Norwin, take the attack of opportunity if there is one.
There will be.
And try and heal him if I survive.
DM Fiat, I'm not making that a crit. I'm just not. You all have been through enough. Sorry to say that I'm fudging a roll, but I'm just not doing that to you.
Thank you for not killing us. We're getting toward the end of the campaign. That'd be a terrible way to end the game.
Yeah.
Guess what? You all are dead. Congratulations.
That's one way to end this story. Swallowed up by a colossus.
It is still a lot of damage. It is 40 points of damage.
Yeah, there goes unicorn form.
Okay.
So in the midst of my jumping back, I jump as a unicorn and I land as Farkin, and
Whoa!
I look around.
Still magnificent.
And then I let's do this. I am gonna go ahead and
So the
Just in
aspect
case.
does look hurt. If that influences your decision at all, it's pretty heavily injured.
you know that influences my decision. It's Farkin.
Right.
All right, fine. I'm going to throw 6 rays of fire at it.
There we go. The classic scorching ray.
There's the Farkin we know and love.
So you're twin casting it at level 4?
No, that's just the first, and then I'm going to twin cast it.
Oh, okay, cool. So you're doing 12 bolts of fire.
No, actually, you know what? I'm out of 6 slot spells, so I can only do
5 or 4?
Yeah, I can only do 10 total. So
Gotcha.
let's see. So a 15,
Miss.
a 27.
I'll just count the hits.
Yeah. 23 hits, right?
Yep.
A crit success. That one hits. So 1, 2, and a crit. A 19 hits, and then that's all 5 of them. So let me roll damages. It is. It's 8, 17, 25, 35, and then with the crit bit,
It's just an extra flat 12, so 47.
46.
Isn't...
Oh, no, that's right. It's max. Yes,
Yeah,
sorry, 47.
the other dice is max. It's not rolled.
Yeah.
Cool. 47
47.
points of damage. It is still up, but just barely.
Then
Like, it is
Then I twin
incinerated.
cast it.
Alrighty.
All right,
Alright.
let's do this again. Can we just say it takes another 47 points of damage?
Yeah, so you could roll almost minimum damage and you'd still kill it. It has 14 health
Okay.
left, so as long as you rolled 2 2s or above, you're fine.
Awesome.
So yeah, you just like seeing your friends go down and like trying to leap to help Norman out at the last, you get transformed back into the sorcerer and you're just like, that was your mistake. And you just turn around and unleash a volley of fire bolts or of scorching rays upon this thing, and they just barrage into it like a volley of arrows, and the whole thing just burns off. The heart, as you see as it's revealed underneath, is a little bit scarred, but in relatively good condition. All things considered, it doesn't seem to have been damaged significantly by the fight. And I think that's a good place to end tonight's session, as it is 10:30 p.m.
Right.
My 31 points of damage helped a little.
It did.
It did. All right, good session, guys. Good
How
session.
many hit points was it down to?
At some point soon, because I am super low on spell slots now.
How many hit points was it down to?
When?
When it was when fucking unleashed
61.
on it. Okay, so I would have done it on my I could have gotten it another halfway down.
Or
There's a chance
possibly
I could have
more if you
finished it off.
flurried of blows. Yeah.
Yeah, if I flurried of blows, I might have done it, but
Yeah, I went full on spell slot burn mode, so
Yeah.
I really hope that we could. If we don't get a long rest here soon, I'm gonna be much less useful.
and Morthos did a great job at keeping the deathlocks at bay.
He did.
Yeah. By the
Jeez.
way, Wartok, Nick from the other group said in chat, just to mention Doran let Gravity fastball you. And that was probably a bit ago, but that was actually what I thought you were going for, Morthos, when you were like, oh, well, can I, like, get out of this thing, like, go above the creature? I thought, because I think you have Dimension Door, or at least Norwin does, and could have done it for both of you. I thought you were going to Dimension Door above it and just drop onto it with your axe, which would have been kick ass, but worked out anyway. You're muted.
You're muted. You're still muted. Unmute
Muted!
yourself. I don't
You're
think you
muted.
can hear us. Are we muted? Oh, there we go.
So I would never do that because I was in gaseous form. If I would have been able to make it up there, I wanted to come out of the gaseous form and drop down on it with the axe.
Yeah,
Mm,
that low movement rate on gaseous form, though, is just unfortunate.
yeah, Norwin does not have Dimension Door. It looks like, according to his spell list.
Okay, so it is
Yeah, I don't have it
Morthos that
either.
I'm remembering? Who am I remembering, then, that has it?
I could
I
have
could have
grabbed it, but I couldn't.
sworn that somebody in y'all's group got it. Huh.
I chose not to get it.
Got what?
Dimension
I
Door.
went with Soulcade
Oh, okay.
for my. Well,
And maybe Norwin has it, but it's not but it's just not prepared. Like
That could
when I'm up beyond, it only shows the ones that are prepared. I think.
Yeah, that could be.
We need to get Morthos up close and personal with these big baddies with his axe. Be able to march right up and smack them.
I need to get
Well-
Morthos further up so I can do like you and Morthos need to come up next to me so I can smack both of your asses in twin cast haste.
Indeed.
and I didn't know poison spray wasn't gonna take effect. I was gonna have 3d12 damage with that one.
Yeah, it would have been good,
Oh,
but the immunity to poison damage, man, it gets you.
yeah.
Still, good session.
Yes. Thank you for not killing us, DM.
So
Yes, thank
legit, the roll that I said I fudged was the only one I fudged. Every other one, like after that terrible round, really went in y'all's favor for like almost the whole round.
We're a fan
Well, that
of
was after a few that were really.
Yes, it was, but it was like miraculous. Like I got the
Yeah.
20 on the death save, and then I got really shit rolls on like 3 of the damage rolls. It was really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
nice. I'm
So,
glad I was able to.
The
find
dice
polymorph
also wanted
creature
you to
that
live.
Yes. I was ready to pick up Norwin too, so that there'd at least be Morthos and Norwin back in the fight to unleash
Right.
holy and unholy hell back onto this thing, even if Farkin and Cranmore got knocked out.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Well,
It always sucked.
Because I knew they had spell slots.
yeah.
and
Right.
holy relics. Or whatever relics.
Speaking of, Azareth has a gift for you, but can't get to you in the Shrouded Isles right now. So once we resolve that, almost definitely next session, you'll get yours.
All right.
Oh, that's super nice.
I'm looking forward to getting out of this Colossus and making sure he's okay.
I can't wait
Indeed.
to see Azarath again and ask her what she thinks of my mech suit.
She will probably be very impressed. She'll
I
actually.
don't know if
Hmm?
I was gonna say I don't know if I'm gonna make it back to Lila by then though.
Yeah, that's possible. All right, so I think this is a good place to stop the stream. So for everybody who joined us tonight, thank you very much. And as always, may all your rolls be lucky.
And the good kind of luck, not the bad kind of luck.
Yeah, like good lucky. Like not the kind I have with dice that aren't this one, but like other lucky.
Yeah, other ones. You should say I had like 4 tabs open with are there creatures I can polymorph into that can heal shit?
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
All right.